It's Friday, November 21st. Today, opposition building why Charleswood residents are concerned about a new 6-story housing block that's just cleared another hurdle at City Hall. Inflation anxiety. A new report details how rising food prices are changing where people are shopping and what they're buying. And some downtown Winnipeg streets may look a little less festive this holiday season, but it's not because the city is feeling extra Grinchy this year. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. We are finally here, and we have a lot in the next 3 hours for you. Ainsley McPhail is going to be live at the Fairmont today telling us about the Dream Factory Santa Suite. So if you want to take a picture with Santa, it's a really cool place to check out. Give you some ideas on how to decorate your home because it's really beautiful when you go in there. So we're going to have that throughout the morning. But the weather this morning, I noticed it was chillier. It was cooler.
I noticed that too. You step outside and you can see your breath. I'm like, what's this going on? It does feel cooler. That being said, we're still above seasonal. Let's take a look. So these temperatures this morning have dropped to -7, and yes, it is one of the cooler mornings that we've experienced in a while, but -12 is actually a seasonal low temperature, and even with the winds factored in, which by the way are very light, it only feels like -10. That wind is 6 kilometers per hour right now out of the west-southwest, with the pressure rising and the humidity sitting at 92%. Clear. We'll enjoy some sunshine once again today, of course, waiting for it to rise 7:50 this morning, so 10 to 8, but with these clear conditions, we'll be seeing that day glow probably just into the 7 o'clock hour, so it will be looking good. There might be a few more clouds than yesterday, but overall, pretty beautiful day expected. For northern Manitoba, you're also likely to see the clouds breaking up just a little bit there. You can see things will be looking a little bit clearer for you later on today, but only for the day, because moving back in again, clouds will be closing in overnight and bringing another round of precipitation. You'll see some flurries throughout Saturday. That'll be moving off to the east of us as well throughout parts of northwestern Ontario. Staying pretty clear. We might have some clouds overnight, and with those clouds there might even be a brief moment of passing precipitation, but you can see how nicely it clears by morning time. Back to the sunshine once again. Temperatures will be on the rise. Not that today will be cold, but it's certainly going to be cooler than what we've been experiencing. However, the weekend milder, as we're ramping right back up into those mid-single digits. Now, 1 degree for today, sure, it might seem a little bit cool, but -4 is a normal daytime high. We'll get to those numbers on the other side of the weekend with some heavier clouds and perhaps some precipitation through next week.
Thank you, Terry. Tensions were high Thursday night at City Hall. Charleswood residents shared passionate pleas asking for a large housing development to be stopped.
No, I'm a new mom, and we're the 4th generation living on this property, and I just feel like very desperate because I feel like we're kind of up against a wall with this development.
The Assiniboia Community Committee is considering a 6-story, 132-unit housing development on Roblin Boulevard. It would be a 55-plus building owned by neighboring Charleswood United Church. Flooding, privacy, and increased traffic were among the key concerns raised by residents. Developers say their plan would improve the flooding situation for the entire area, and the existing tree canopy creates privacy for homeowners. Councillor Evan Duncan, a lifelong Charleswood resident, says he understands concerns about how this will change the neighborhood.
At the same time, we're also facing a very real and pressing challenge in Charleswood, a lack of appropriate housing for older adults. Time and time again, I hear from long-time residents who frankly either want to stay in the community or come back to the community that they built.
The committee voted in favor of the application. It now moves to City Council. A man is now charged after a hospital employee was sexually assaulted in a parkade earlier this month. Police say it happened the night of November 8th when a woman exited her vehicle at St. Boniface Hospital's parkade. Officers say she was confronted by a stranger who trapped her between 2 vehicles where she was assaulted. The suspect ran off and was arrested the following day after he was noticed by hospital security. A 27-year-old man is now charged with sexual assault. In a statement, the hospital's president and CEO says security protocols are being reviewed. Anxiety over food inflation is high in Manitoba. A new report from Dalhousie University says Canadians are worrying about costs and most are changing their shopping habits. This as the Premier promises a study on ways to lower grocery bills. CTV's Jeff Keel explains.
Chuck Jones is paying for his groceries and doesn't hold back when asked about the price of food.
It's insane. Absolutely insane.
Debbie Sulveson agrees.
Too steep, especially for seniors on a fixed income.
The shoppers say worrying about being able to afford groceries is always on their minds.
It's the one thing since COVID that I have to think the most about.
I have to really be careful. I look for specials and things on deals, and I shop around. I move from store to store.
They're not alone. A new report from Dalhousie University shows food affordability remains a huge concern, with a majority of Canadians changing how they shop, cook, and eat to cope with high prices. The report says Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba show the highest levels of financial strain.
Manitoba would be a top-tier province, basically, when it comes to food inflation vulnerability and anxiety.
The report comes the same week Premier Wab Kinew says his government will take a deeper dive into costs. His throne speech Tuesday promised a study to try and find ways to help people save money on groceries.
My hope is that we're going to take this study to understand what is driving grocery prices in Manitoba so that we could come back to you by the spring budget with some concrete steps to help you on the cost of living.
Sylvain Charleswood, the Agri-Food Analytics Lab Director at Dalhousie University, says there are things provinces can do to lower prices, like cutting the sales tax from everything we eat, and, based on calculations at his lab, eliminating inter-provincial trade barriers on food would also go a long way.
The average Canadian could save up to $300 a year, and right now it matters a lot.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The Premier also pointed to the previous gas tax holiday in Manitoba as one way his government helped save people some money. It appears Ottawa is on board with the new pipeline Alberta has been pushing for.
We know that we've got a little bit more work to do on the technical side to be able to submit our pipeline proposal for consideration to the Major Projects Office. We've targeted the spring on that.
Sources say Alberta and Ottawa are expected to sign a memorandum of understanding involving building a pipeline to northwest BC. This deal is said to include a partial lifting of the tanker ban along BC's north coast, as well as lowering or removing the industrial emissions cap. The pipeline project is heavily opposed by many First Nations and BC's Premier.
This is a broadside attack on an oil tanker ban that is the foundation of economic growth mapped out for the entire country.
BC Premier David Eby is warning lifting the tanker ban is a risk. He says it could cost the province support from coastal First Nations on other energy projects. The federal government is set to cut tens of thousands of public service jobs, but one department is hiring. The Department of National Defense is looking to add up to 3,000 positions by next March. Right now, the goal is to transition people from other departments. Any federal public servant working in Canada or abroad can apply. The department has already received thousands of applications. Former Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland will soon be moving to the UK for a new role. It's been announced that Freeland will be the next warden of Rhodes House and CEO of the Rhodes Trust. Rhodes House is at Oxford University, and Rhodes Trust is the educational charity that provides scholarships. Freeland is a Rhodes Scholar herself, getting a master's degree from the University of Oxford St. Anthony's College. Freeland resigned her dual roles as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance last December. She later contended for the Liberal leadership, but lost to now Prime Minister Mark Carney. She's set to begin this new role in the summer of next year. This was a rare sight in the waters south of Vancouver Island. An orca superpod showed up last week. Think of this as a family reunion. A superpod happens when the entire southern resident killer whale population gathers in one place. That's 74 whales hanging out in one spot. The whales stayed around for 2 days between Victoria and Seattle. Portage Avenue appears to be missing some of its typical Christmas cheer, but it's not because City Hall is feeling grinchy. Santa Claus and Jack Frost are ringing in the holidays at Portage and Main. But the stars, angels, and snowflakes that typically hang from Portage Avenue light poles aren't up this year. The city says the poles are at the end of their life and are in the process of being replaced. In the meantime, temporary light poles are being installed, but they can't accommodate the displays. Here's a look at what's happening now in traffic along Portage Avenue. Looks like things are moving well. Starting off this Friday morning, no issues to tell you about at this point. If you see problems out there, though, please let us know. Let's go now to the Fairmont Hotel, where our Ainsley McPhail is live this morning. It's probably spectacularly beautiful in there right now. Good morning, Ainsley.
Rochelle, I'm inside the Santa's Suite in support of Dream Factory, and what a better place to take a picture with Santa Claus than here, all in support of children within our local community who are facing life-threatening illnesses. Now, they give dreams to these kids, anything they want, from, a skate with the Winnipeg Jets to a trip to Disney. And if you come here and take a picture, it starts today. You can experience the magic of Christmas. They also have a wreath making demonstration for the adults who are interested, and just really getting into the holiday cheer downstairs. There's somebody who is matching donations up to $10,000, and last year $75,000 was raised for kids in need. Something that I personally love about the Dream Factory too is that they stay with these family for years afterwards, and they allow the kids to go into their immaculate facility.
That is so fun. Okay, well, thank you, Ainsley. We'll check in a little later. It's beautiful there, and it's beautiful behind you there, Terry.
I know. I have also
display.
had a festive, which way do I go? So you can see I've had a festive makeover. Honestly, I feel like I should offer up, we could do Christmas photos up here on my rooftop as well. I don't know who wants to be a photographer outside in these chilly temps, though. Although it's only chilly momentarily. We're going to get some really nice weather still for the weekend. And then next week, that's when the real cold stuff comes. And by real cold, I mean seasonal. What we're dealing with right now this morning is certainly cooler than it's been, but we are still well above what you would expect for this time of year. When -12 is a normal low temperature, we're sitting at -8, which is down a degree from last hour, but still mild, all things considering. And the winds are light, just 4 clicks out of the west-southwest. The pressure rising, the humidity sitting at 95%. It's cold, but it's clear out here this morning, and we will be enjoying that sunshine once again. We're kind of in that new moon phase, or I suppose it's now beginning to be in its waxing phase, but it's the skinniest sliver. So there's no light from the moon this morning. Just after 7 a.m. we'll probably start to see that day glow because the conditions are so very clear, even though the sun doesn't technically start to rise until 7:50 this morning. Now, parts of northern Manitoba, you're also finally seeing a return to the sunshine today. It's going to be looking good no matter where you go across the province. We're taking a break, but we'll be back with your Morning Winnipeg.
Cold Manitoba winters can be. Imagine not having a winter coat, boots, a toque, or mitts, and stepping out into the cold. That's the reality for many kids. But you can change that. Give the gift of warmth. Donate to Coats for Kids.
Good morning, it is 6:15. The court case of a man accused of 22 fires and break-ins around the city has been pushed back until next Tuesday. Martin Glazer, the lawyer for the accused, was in court Thursday and says he's requested evidence files from police. He says once he has that information, he and his client can make a decision on how to proceed. Police announced Wednesday 35-year-old Jesse Wheatland is charged with several offenses relating to a citywide string of arsons and vandalism. None of the charges have been proven in court. The province is moving to expand the definition of intimate images as it aims to crack down on revenge porn and sextortion.
We have proposed legislation that will expand the Non-Consensual Distribution of Images Act to define intimate images to include nearly nude images and images where the person in them is not identifiable.
Justice Minister Matt Wiebe says the proposed legislation would also make it illegal to take or share nude or nearly nude images of a deceased person. Threatening to distribute intimate images would also be made a crime. In addition, it would give courts the power to compel defendants and internet service providers to remove intimate images and prevent their distribution.
It really just enhances the privacy and the safety of Manitobans because, as the minister alluded to, once an image is out there, that's really too late. Containment can be incredibly difficult, and so this is giving Manitobans greater control over their intimate images.
Thursday's announcement comes about a year after the province expanded the definition of intimate images to include those generated by artificial intelligence. Alerts have been issued for Saskatchewan's 2 biggest cities, with health officials warning of potential lethal substances on the streets responsible for a major spike in overdoses. CTV's Alison Bamford on the risk.
We're sitting, as of the 18th, about 182 overdoses for the month.
Saskatoon's fire department is sounding the alarm. In a single week, crews were called to 104 overdoses, 2 of them fatal, adding to an unprecedented year. So far, the department has responded to about 1,000 more than it did in all of 2024.
We're noticing a lot more naloxone-resistant overdoses.
Naloxone reverses opioid overdoses but can't counter the effects of other substances. Prairie Harm Reduction tests samples of street drugs and puts out their own warnings when toxic supply is in circulation. They say more and more sedatives are being added to opioids.
A few years ago, it would have just been the fentanyl mixed in with other things, and now, you know, it's fentanyl plus this and plus that, and it's always just like a different mixture of stuff.
Lethal mixtures making it even harder to control.
It seems to be getting progressively worse.
This week, the province's health ministry issued drug alerts in Saskatchewan's 2 biggest cities, Saskatoon and Regina, both experiencing a spike in overdoses that in many cases required multiple doses of naloxone. At times, CPR and other life-saving measures were needed too.
So it does add quite a bit more complexity to our day-to-day operations, a lot more pressure on our staff.
And that pressure takes its toll on the department as well. The deputy chief says they're focusing on the mental health of their members, support that will continue as long as the drug crisis does. Allison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
A controversial figure in U.S. politics was laid to rest Thursday. Former Vice President Dick Cheney was remembered as influential and uncompromising.
Dick was funny and easygoing in a style that his public image never caught up with. Though we can all agree he wasn't your standard issue politician. If any voters came hoping for a kind word and a hug, they'd have to settle for the kind word.
Politicians from both sides of the aisle, including former Presidents George W. Bush and Joe Biden, were among those gathered for Cheney's funeral. Neither U.S. President Donald Trump nor Vice President J.D. Vance were invited. Cheney died on November 3rd. He was 84 years old. A startling and dangerous moment at the UN Climate Summit in Brazil Thursday. A fire broke out in a pavilion, triggering an evacuation. Video from the site shows at least one of the structures in flames inside and the frantic moments as authorities began to clear people out. Luckily, no one was hurt. It's time to put your thinking caps on because now you can start submitting your suggestions for the city's snowplow naming contest. The city has 12 pieces of heavy equipment in need of names, 6 graders, and 6 loaders. Entries are being accepted until December 5th. On the 8th, the city will publish the top 30 entries for each category, and the public can cast votes for their favorites. The winners will be invited to City Hall in mid-January to receive a custom name plate with their winning submission, and the classroom with the best team name will get a pizza party at City Hall. The mayor says they got the idea from other cities where machines have been given names such as Buzz Ice Clear and Snow Be Gone Kenobi. Some road closures to tell you about this morning. Swindon Way in both directions is completely closed today for tree maintenance. Lanes will be open for morning and afternoon rush hours. And Waterloo Street from Cordon to Kingsway is also closed for tree maintenance in both directions. Again, lanes will be open for morning and afternoon rushes. If you have any other traffic tips, please let us know.
All right, we're looking now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. A clear start to your day. It might seem a little bit cooler, and that's because these temperatures this morning are a little bit cooler than they've been, but they're still above what you would expect for this time of year. It is incredibly mild. Across the province, you can see we do have a few extra clouds right up into northern Manitoba. Those clouds will eventually clear, so I know you've been enjoying I don't know if you've been enjoying it. You've been dealing with the extra clouds and the scattered snow the last couple of days. But throughout the day today, you're going to see those clouds breaking up a little bit. We might see a few more building up into the day, but for the most part, today will remain on the clearer side. Overnight, bit of a different story. We'll see these clouds passing through and perhaps a brief round of precipitation. Here in the south, it will be just a passing moment for northern Manitoba that might still kind of linger into tomorrow. Tomorrow here in the south, though, it's clear and back to the sunshine sunshine again and back to some warmer temperatures. Not that today is going to be cold by any means, but it will be a little bit cooler. As far as the temperatures go, -4 is normal for this time of year. We're still likely to crack the freezing mark, getting up to 1 degree, but a much balmier 6 expected for the weekend. However, those temperatures will be sliding and perhaps some precipitation. Snowy-Wan Kenobi better get ready for that, because we could be seeing another round of snow once we're looking further into next week. With those temperatures dropping off, it might even stick around. What a stunning sunrise we enjoyed yesterday morning. Darren was at Assiniboine Park and snapped this gorgeous photo. Keep the pictures coming, please, to Winnipeg Weather at CTV.ca. We're taking a break, but we'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Good morning. A popular children's character is returning to Winnipeg, and we want you to beat the box office to be like Blippi. Move, play, explore, and dress just like Blippi, Mika, and their friends when the Be Like Blippi tour stops at the Burton Cummings Theatre for 2 shows on Saturday, May 16th. And Your Morning Winnipeg has a family pass of 4 tickets to the afternoon show to give away before tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. To enter, head to the contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca. Good luck. Canadian wine consumers will soon be able to order wines from across the country directly from the cellar. It's thanks to a major overhaul of the interprovincial trade rules. CTV's Stéphane Giroux explains.
It's one of Canada's most complex trade issues. Locally made wine, beer, and spirits can't cross provincial borders unless done through government monopolies, such as the SAQ in Quebec or the LCBO in Ontario.
But a Quebec customer is breaking the law by ordering wine from Ontario. So we're faced with a sort of a mishmash of different provincial legislations that are not coherent.
It makes it harder for Quebecers to buy wines grown in the Okanagan Valley in BC or the Niagara region in Ontario, for example. Quebec wine producers face the same obstacles when selling theirs. But after Canadian provinces started boycotting U.S. wines, the federal government pushed for easier trade between provinces. Quebec says it's fully on board.
It's very important to have a new contracts, the new collaboration, the new challenge with different sectors for the economy.
The new legislation would allow individual Quebecers, not businesses, to order Canadian wines directly from cellars in other provinces, something that's currently only legal if done through the SAQ.
It's very important to protect ACQ, but it's possible to protect ACQ and open discussion and open action for the contract alcohol with different provinces and territories.
Poulain is currently in Yukon discussing the issue with his other provincial counterparts. The plan is short on details. Experts say these are likely taking baby steps in opening the wine trade within Canada.
It might be a great opportunity for the Quebec wine industry to sell across, provincial borders, or it might also end up being something that's, in the end, not a major breakthrough.
The change is set to come into effect next spring if all provinces manage to reach a common agreement. Stéphane Giroux, CTV News.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
It's a beautiful start to your morning. It feels a little bit cool, but we're actually still above seasonal as we're sitting at -8 right now. Fairly clear conditions and barely a breeze. A 4K wind out of the west-southwest. The pressure is rising. The humidity is sitting at 95%. Clear conditions all across southern Manitoba and northern Manitoba while you're dealing with a few extra clouds. For now, they're not going to last through the day. It'll be clearing out for you as well. Everybody getting back to the sunshine as we're wrapping up the work week. Now, the temperatures, like I said, they might seem a little bit cool today because +1 is where we're headed. And I know we've been so incredibly spoiled. We're used to seeing a few more degrees stacked onto that. But in actuality, -4, that's normal for this time of year for a daytime high. So anything above the freezing mark is a pretty sweet place to be sitting right now, and it will get even warmer yet. In fact, overnight only falling to -1, so even our overnight temperatures are above seasonal highs, never mind a normal low of -12. So again, doing all right. We might have a brief moment of passing precipitation, but clearing out for the day tomorrow, getting back to the sunshine and warm temperatures on tap again. 6 degrees, not just Saturday, Sunday as well, more of the same, and then things will start to change, look a little different, and then feel a little different as we continue on through next week, because we'll see the clouds building up. With them comes some precipitation, and following that, the temperatures will be dropping back to seasonal.
A man is recovering after police say he was hit over the head with a hatchet at random. It happened along Ellis Avenue shortly after noon Monday. The 26-year-old man passed another man walking in the opposite direction before hearing footsteps behind him. Police say when he turned around, the other man hit him with a hatchet. He was able to make it to safety and eventually to a hospital where he was treated for serious injuries. A 20-year-old man was arrested the following day and is charged with aggravated assault and failure to comply. The Prime Minister is looking for new friends overseas as he tries to diversify trading partnerships. Mark Carney signed a deal with the UAE on Thursday, but human rights organizations accuse the Arab nation of supporting a group accused of atrocities in Sudan's civil war. CTV's Rachel Ayalo reports.
Prime Minister Mark Carney spent his day in Abu Dhabi locking in a new investment pack, touring a cultural landmark, and trying to lure capital from one of the world's wealthiest countries. Immersing himself in Emirati culture, Prime Minister Mark Carney took a midday break from bilateral and business meetings to tour the largest mosque in the country alongside Canada's ambassador to United Arab Emirates. Constructed using materials from across the globe, Carney called it a privilege to see.
Apart from the sheer beauty and the inspiration that it provides, it unifies in so many different ways.
And while the local government welcomed Canadian cameras in to capture that wasn't the case earlier when the Prime Minister and the President of the UAE had the first in-person leader-to-leader meeting in more than 40 years. During that private sit-down, Carney and his Emirati counterpart signed a new investment protection pact, known as a FIPA, and agreed to accelerate talks towards a new CEPA, a free trade agreement that, when finalized, would expand market access and facilitate billions of dollars in UAE investment into major port, mine, LNG, and critical mineral projects in Canada.
So the FIPA agreement took close to 10 years to get done. Are you at all confident that the CEPA could be finished on a faster clip?
Totally. This is,
what gives you that confidence?
Well, you know, one of the reasons these things either get done or not done is leadership. If no one owns it or drives it, it's not going to happen.
Carney had back-to-back meetings with big financial players, but took no questions on what specific security issues he raised with the president. Carney's office said there wasn't time in his schedule. Rachel Ayalo, CTV News, Abu Dhabi.
Doctors in New Brunswick have a new deal with the province.
This new agreement will increase your access to doctors.
The $270 million deal runs for 4 years and covers all doctors working in the public sector. This deal includes a new pay model, which rewards doctors for taking more patients, seeing them quickly, and being a part of team-based practices. It also gives pay boosts to doctors who work in collaborative clinics. There are clinics where doctors, nurse practitioners, and other health professionals work together to share the patient load. Doctors have voted in favor of the deal, but it hasn't been officially signed yet. Shocking video to show you now of a train crash in Ontario that officials hope will be a reminder to drivers to obey train crossing signals. The CEO of Metrolinx shared this video of a GO train hitting a dump truck that was stopped on the tracks Thursday morning. It happened near Unionville Station in Markham. CEO Michael Lindsay says the crew reacted immediately, sounding the horn and attempting to slow the train as much as possible before impact. No injuries were reported. Officials say events like this are a powerful reminder about the importance of safety at all crossings. At least 5 people have been killed in a Russian drone strike overnight in Ukraine. It happened in Zaporizhia, igniting fires in market stalls. A car also went up in flames. Meanwhile, in Odessa, 5 people, including a child, were injured. Residential buildings, a vehicle service station, and an administrative building were damaged. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is now ready to work with the U.S. toward ending the war with Russia. Under the reported plan, Kyiv would need to give up significant areas of eastern Ukraine and would be required to cut the size of its army. The White House has pushed back on claims that Ukraine was not involved in drafting the plan, which came after meetings between U.S. and Russia. Zelensky says he plans to speak to U.S. President Donald Trump in the coming days about the proposals. Here's what's happening now on the Norwood Bridge. It looks like things are moving quite well starting off this Friday morning. No issues to tell you about at this point in the drive. If you see issues out there, please let us know. And here's a look at your gas prices. The Canadian average is $1.36. The provincial average is $1.29. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.27. And the lowest price in the city is $1.17. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
Coming up, we're live at the Fairmont Hotel for the Dream Factory Santa Suite. It's a beautiful place to take pictures with Santa. We're going to tell you more coming up.
Weather brought to you by Blinds Are Beautiful, helping your home get holiday ready with blinds from Hunter Douglas.
All right, it is beautiful out here this morning compared to what you would expect this time of year. The trouble is none of us really know what to expect this time of year because we've been so very spoiled with these well above seasonal temperatures. We are still above what you would expect this time of year, but it is most certainly cooler than anything we've experienced in the last stretch of days or will experience through the weekend. However, next week, this is a good little taste of what winter could be like. And then it's going to get colder yet. -8 is where we're sitting right now. The wind's just 4 clicks out of the west-southwest. Pressure rising, humidity at 95%. It's clear out here right now. Even northern Manitoba will see some clearing as the day goes on. Everybody getting back to sunshine, and the temperature is still pretty decent overall. We will likely crack the freezing mark, not by much, but a high of 1 degree today. However, -4, that would be a normal daytime high. -12, a seasonal low, and we're still a few above that. The weekend, though, temperatures on the rise. We've got plenty of sunshine expected and mid-single digits. Enjoy that. This could be the last of the beautiful stuff because next week we're certainly going to feel and look like winter. And it's looking a little wintry where Ainsley's at this morning. Let's check in and see how gorgeous it is looking.
It's beautiful. This is all in support of Dream Factory. Terry Andrew Kusi joins us now to tell us about where we are. I'll give you a hint. It's Santa's Suite, and it's an excellent fundraiser.
Yeah, we're here at the Santa Suite at the Fairmont Winnipeg. We are so excited to be back again, raising funds for the Dream Factory, a Manitoba-based children's charity that supports kids and families throughout their child's medical journey in so many ways to bring comfort, joy, hope, fun right here at home.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about the experience itself and how it all works.
Sure. So here at the Santa Suite, we're hoping to create the best Santa photo experience in the city. So families are going to come out, they'll come into a beautiful Santa's village that we will see a little bit later. They'll come up to the suite, have their photo with Santa, but just a really, really nice, peaceful, fun holiday way to celebrate and make a difference for kids in our community that are fighting some pretty tough battles.
No doubt, and $75,000 was raised last year. What does that mean to the organization?
Yeah, it's tremendous. The Dream Factory continues to grow each year. We're meeting more and more families in our community that are needing a space, that are needing comfort and support. And these are kids that are needing the opportunity for a big dream come true. And that's what these funds make possible.
Mm-hmm. It's so challenging, especially during the holiday season. Tell us about the wreath-making workshop coming up.
Yeah, so we have 2 wreath-making workshops coming up on November 28th and December 5th. Spots still available. And this is an opportunity for adults to come out, check out the Santa Suite, do a really beautiful craft. The Jolly Gnome Bar will be open, which we'll hear about in a little bit as well. But just a really nice way to come out with some friends and celebrate the holidays.
Mm-hmm. And if people can't get a photo for whatever reason, they can still donate. They can still come to the Fairmont and enjoy the holiday cheer.
Yeah, the holiday spirit here is so good, so come on down, check out Santa's Village. Any donations made to the Dream Factory here at the Fairmont will be doubled by our friends the Glaze family. So if folks are wanting to make a donation or maybe in place of Christmas gifts this year, support an organization in our community, all of those funds will be doubled.
I love that you're giving us at home ideas. Okay, stay with us for more.
Checking the markets this morning. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 385 points. Also slumping is the NASDAQ, down 486. The S&P 500 is off by 103 points. The Canadian dollar has dipped slightly. Looking overseas, the Hang Seng is down 615 points, and the Nikkei is off by 1,198 points. Good morning. It is 6:45. Winnipeg police are searching for a missing 22-year-old woman. Emily Holwath was last seen on Tuesday, October 7th, in the area of Kennedy Street and York Avenue. She's described as 5'2", thin, with shoulder-length blonde hair with pink highlights, blue eyes, and 3 small facial tattoos. One over her left eyebrow, one beneath it, and one through her right eyebrow. Police say they're concerned for her well-being and are asking anyone with information to contact the missing persons unit. A man is now charged after a hospital employee was sexually assaulted in a parkade earlier this month. Police say it happened the night of November 8th when a woman exited her vehicle at St. Boniface Hospital's parkade. Officers say she was confronted by a stranger who trapped her between 2 vehicles where she was assaulted. The suspect ran off and was arrested the following day after he was noticed by hospital security. A 27-year-old man is now charged with sexual assault. In a statement, the hospital's president and CEO says security protocols are being reviewed. A new donation to Heritage Winnipeg is offering a look at our city, street by street, from more than 100 years ago. CTV's Daniel Homerson has more on a collection of maps helping us navigate Winnipeg's past.
So if we go to page by page, this leather-bound book tells the story of Winnipeg from a bygone era. It's an atlas published around 1910, and each map shows different areas, neighborhoods, and streets, right down to the house numbers.
These are hand-drawn. You know, it's like a drafting, basically.
Dan Seidman discovered the atlas while rifling through boxes in the basement of his family home. He says it likely belonged to his grandfather or great-grandmother.
As soon as I started flipping through it, I realized that I had something really special. It's cool to see where we started. That's what this is. This is near the beginning of what we kind of know as modern Winnipeg.
Seidman decided to donate the atlas to Heritage Winnipeg's archives because he believes preserving the city's past is important.
Putting things where they need to be, where they belong, people that value them. So this could be to somebody just a book, but to someone like Greg, this is an archive and has real value. So it was about putting it in the right place.
Heritage Winnipeg's Greg Agnew says these maps were designed by the McPhillips brothers, a land surveying company, and they were used as a reference tool by insurance companies at the time.
It's very detailed as to where all the houses are, where all the streets are, and a lot of instances where the water supply is.
He says now the atlas is a glimpse into the way things were, even if they don't quite look the same.
Not all the streets in this book are the ones we know today. They've been changed in some instances.
Agnew adds the atlas is a reminder our city's history is all around us, and he encourages people to comb through those old boxes carefully and not just throw things away.
If it's gone, it's gone. You can't replace it.
Daniel Halmerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Alberta native and former Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland is taking on a new job as the CEO of Rhodes Trust. The organization hands out the prestigious Rhodes Scholarships, allowing students to pursue fully funded postgraduate studies at Oxford University, something she once did. It's not clear when Freeland, who currently represents a Toronto riding, will give up her seat in Parliament, though she is expected to take on her new role next July. Breathe easy, an object found by NASA's asteroid alert system won't be hitting our planet. After some studying, astronomers say the object is a comet. This comet took a bit of an unexpected path to our solar system, leading to some speculation it may be aliens. Scientists have ruled out that theory. They say the comet's unusual trajectory is due to gas and dust coming off. Whew, thank goodness for that. Some road closures to remind you about this morning. Swindon Way in both directions is completely closed today for tree maintenance. Lanes will be open for morning and afternoon rush hours. And Waterloo Street from Cordon to Kingsway is also closed for tree maintenance in both directions. Again, lanes will be open for morning and afternoon rush hours. If you have any other traffic tips or updates, please text them to us at 10400. And taking a look now at your gas prices, the Canadian average is $1.36 per litre. The provincial average is $1.29. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.27. And the lowest price in the city is $1.17. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
Outside this morning, it does feel a little bit cool, and it is a little bit cooler than what we've been experiencing, but we're still above seasonal, sitting now at -8, when -12 is a normal low for this time of year. The winds are light out of the west-southwest, just 4 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising, and the humidity is sitting at 95%. The clear conditions will make for plenty of sunshine today. 7:50 is when it rises, but because it's so very clear, we'll probably start to see the day glow in the next 20 minutes or so in advance of that sun actually coming up. And for northern Manitoba, you might eventually see a little bit of sunshine. I know you've been dealing with clouds for the past couple of days, but the clouds are beginning to break up in the area. Now, it will be very windy up in the Churchill area. These temperatures, though, above what you would expect. -11 a normal daytime high up in Churchill, instead getting up to -7. Thompson, you might still see some scattered precipitation, but -10 is a normal daytime high. And again, you'll be a few above that. -7, a seasonal high in places like Flin Flon and the Pas. You might have some heavier clouds lingering. Some areas more through that central stretch will see a little more in the way of sunshine, and certainly all throughout central and southern Manitoba, not just sunshine, still expecting to be up above the freezing mark with plus-digit temperatures all throughout southern Manitoba. We're not going to be high above the freezing mark. We might only get to 1 degree here in Winnipeg, but still a normal daytime high would be about -4, so many of us will be well above that. Northwestern Ontario, slightly cooler, just barely below the freezing mark, but still enjoying a bit of sunshine and some clearing conditions. Clears out nicely for the weekend after some passing precipitation could roll through overnight, and the temperatures rising once again. However, for next week, big change-ups coming, heavier clouds, precipitation, and a slide back to seasonal or maybe even colder then as we continue through the week.
Thanks, Terry. Let's check in now on Gabby Marchand, the newest addition at Bounce 99.9. Good morning, Gabby.
Good morning, Rochelle. And of course, I am here without my better half. So I'm here to provide the update that people want, because I think they're wondering who I am and where Bo is this morning. And all those faithful listeners know that he has, of course, had knee surgery. So I have great news here. It went well. He was up and doing some stairs, I think, at least 12 stairs the day of the surgery. He is getting some well-deserved rest at home and being taken good care of. He says that he's got the ice machine percolating, and that is key. A lot of people were really worried about the ice machine, Rochelle. So I'm here to tell you he has the ice machine. It is working. And also he's a huge Jets fan. So we're texting back and forth and just saying that we think he's the good luck charm now for the Jets. So he'll be watching that game at home. And of course, important, here's his priority. He's like us, Rochelle. He always wants to have good snacks for the game. So here's hoping Bo is well fed and sitting in a comfortable chair where when the Jets play tonight.
Well, I'm so glad he's doing well. We're thinking of him.
Oh, and that's wonderful. I'll definitely pass that on. And before I say goodbye to you this morning, I'm getting to know all the staff here at Bounce 99.9. And the one and only Chris J in the afternoon, he's just a riot. One of our topics this week is mom jeans, because it's all you see now these days. The high-waisted, kind of give you the pancake butt jeans. I have a lot of pairs. So we were discussing what's one fashion trend you wish would come back, or one you would wish would disappear.
LA Gears. Do you remember the LA Gears running shoes and slouch socks?
No.
Oh yeah,
I'm picturing like velour, or
no? They're like really big socks that kind of go over your jeans, and then they were like LA Gear running shoes. Very old school, but they were comfortable, and your legs were always warm.
Yeah. Perfect for winter, right?
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
picturing like waiting outside a bar in the high socks. Okay, well, we're going to work on that. If you find a pair, send me pics. A pair, send me pics rather. And thanks for this, Rochelle. Hope you have a great Friday. Go Jets, go.
Go Jets, go. Thanks, Gabby. We'll see you next week. Now that Trump has signed the bill ordering the release of the Epstein files, there's already concern the documents released could be slowed down or even withheld. Here's CTV's Joy Malbin.
It's the moment many survivors and their families have been fighting for. The countdown officially on to release a massive documents the Justice Department has on the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Flight logs, travel records, financial transactions, and plea deals.
My sister couldn't name those names simply because it would put her life at risk. It would put her family's life at risk. These people could sue you into homelessness. They're so powerful.
President Donald Trump, who was friends with Epstein for more than a decade, resisted releasing the files, reversing course at the last minute, and still calling it a hoax, claiming it distracts from his achievements. The question now, how much will the DOJ withhold? The law says information could be kept back if it jeopardizes an active federal investigation or ongoing prosecution.
I believe precisely in order to try to shield information, they have opened a new investigation, which is on its face politically tinged, going after only Democrats.
The president just ordered new investigations into prominent Democrats like former President Bill Clinton and former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, who stepped back from his teaching position at Harvard over his ties to Epstein.
Any tactic to delay this process is another smoke and mirror from this administration. And the American people have to be watchful of how they implement this bill.
Lawmakers and some Republicans are watching and warning against any attempts to slow this down. The Justice Department has 30 days to release the files.
We're going to take a break here. We'll be back after this with your 7 o'clock headlines. Stay with us. It's Friday, November 21st. Today, feeling the pinch, how Manitobans are feeling when it comes to the high price of food. Plus, cracking down what Manitoba is doing to put a stop to revenge porn. And a contest of creativity, how you can help name Winnipeg's snowplow fleet. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. It is 7 o'clock on your Friday. Happy Friday to you. We are here. Welcome to Your Morning Winnipeg at 7:32 rather. We're going to tell you about Operation Red Nose. Of course, they're the free designated driver program, and they need some help this year. They need some volunteers to help get people home safely. So we're going to find out a little bit more on where this program is, which communities, and what you could do to support them. But there's a lot of holiday parties happening right now,
It's
too.
getting into that season now.
And it's still mild, so it's kind of nice.
Like, we've had a hard time wrapping our head around the fact that, yeah, we're getting into the holiday season because it's been so incredibly mild and above seasonal. It's all about to change. Not today. Let's take a look outside. No, not today and not this weekend. This will probably be the last of the really gorgeous weather to enjoy. That being said, it does feel a little bit cooler outside than it has been, and it is a little bit cooler. We're waking up to -8 right now. It feels like -10 with those winds light, but out of the west-southwest, 4 kilometers per hour. Pressure is rising and the humidity is sitting at 95%. Now, -8 where we're sitting right now is still well above normal, because a normal low for this time of year would be -12. We're doing okay, all things considering. Now, as far as the conditions go, very clear for us right now. For northern Manitoba, you've been dealing with the extra clouds and even some precipitation. That will likely clear out. You might see a little more sunshine later on today, especially through that more central part of the province. Clouds might linger a little bit longer along that very western border. But anyway, things will be looking pretty good, especially as those clouds begin to break up a little bit. And then another round of precipitation is likely to roll through. So for northern Manitoba, you're going to be getting getting hit with it for tomorrow. We might have it just briefly passing over in the overnight hours. This is around midnight or early in the morning, 2 a.m. And then it continues off to the east. So by tomorrow, we're back to sunny conditions once again with the temperatures on the rise. But northern Manitoba, you're going to deal with those clouds and maybe some scattered flurries through the weekend. Lots of sunshine all weekend long, warm and above seasonal temperatures. I'm talking mid-single digits up to 6 degrees through the weekend. Today, a little bit cooler at 1. But speaking of cooler, next week, those temperatures will be dropping off. We've got some clouds, some snow, and then a big cool down to come. And our art today is all thanks to 8-year-old Claire, who's drawing rain showers and thunderstorms now, but maybe it'll be snow for the art that comes next week. Thank you, Claire. And keep the art coming, please, to Winnipeg weather at ctv.ca.
The Weather Art of the Day is brought to you by 103.1 Virgin Radio.
Anxiety over food inflation is high in Manitoba. A new report from Dalhousie University says Canadians are worrying about costs and most are changing their shopping habits. This as the Premier promises a study on ways to lower grocery bills. CTV's Jeff Kill explains.
Chuck Jones is paying for his groceries and doesn't hold back when asked about the price of food.
It's insane. Absolutely insane.
Debbie Sulveson agrees.
Too steep, especially for seniors on a fixed income.
The shoppers say worrying about being able to afford groceries is always on their minds.
It's the one thing since COVID that I have to think the most about.
I have to really be careful. I look for specials and things on deals, and I shop around. I move from store to store.
They're not alone. A new report from Dalhousie University shows food affordability remains a huge concern, with a majority of Canadians changing how they shop, cook, and eat to cope with high prices. The report says Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba show the highest levels of financial strain.
Manitoba is would be a top-tier province, basically, when it comes to food inflation vulnerability and anxiety.
The report comes the same week Premier Wab Kinew says his government will take a deeper dive into costs. His throne speech Tuesday promised a study to try and find ways to help people save money on groceries.
My hope is that we're going to take this study to understand what is driving grocery prices in Manitoba so that we could come back to you by the spring budget with some concrete steps to help you on the cost of living.
Sylvain Charleswood, the Agri-Food Analytics Lab Director at Dalhousie University, says there are things provinces can do to lower prices, like cutting the sales tax from everything we eat, and based on calculations at his lab, eliminating inter-provincial trade barriers on food would also go a long way.
The average Canadian could save up to $300 a year, and right now it matters a lot.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The Premier also pointed to the previous gas tax holiday in Manitoba as one way his government helped save people money. The court case of a man accused of 22 fires and break-ins around the city has been pushed back until next Tuesday. Martin Glazer, the lawyer for the accused, was in court Thursday and says he's requested evidence files from police. He says once he has that information, he and his client can make a decision on how to proceed. Police announced Wednesday 35-year-old Jesse Wheatland is charged with several offenses relating to a citywide string of arsons and vandalism. None of the charges have been proven in court. The province is moving to expand the definition of intimate images as it aims to crack down on revenge porn and sextortion.
We have proposed legislation that will expand the Non-Consensual Distribution of Images Act to define intimate images to include nearly nude images and images where the person in them is not identifiable.
Justice Minister Matt Wiebe says the proposed legislation would also make it illegal to take or share nude or nearly nude images of a deceased person. Threatening to distribute intimate images would also be made a crime. In addition, it would give courts the power to compel defendants and internet service providers to remove intimate images and prevent their distribution.
It really just enhances the privacy and the safety of Manitobans because, as the minister alluded to, once an image is out there, that's really too late. Containment can be incredibly difficult, and so this is giving Manitobans greater control over their intimate images.
Thursday's announcement comes about a year after the province expanded the definition of intimate images to include those generated by artificial intelligence. A controversial figure in U.S. politics was laid to rest Thursday. Former Vice President Dick Cheney was remembered as influential and uncompromising.
Dick was funny and easygoing in a style that his public image never caught up with. Though we can all agree he wasn't your standard issue politician. If any voters came hoping for a kind word and a hug, they'd have to settle for the kind word.
Politicians from both sides of the aisle, including former Presidents George W. Bush and Joe Biden, were among those gathered for Cheney's funeral. Neither U.S. President Donald Trump nor Vice President J.D. Vance were invited. Cheney died on November 3rd. He was 84 years old. Here's a reminder that kindness often leads to more kindness.
Everybody deserves to have a magical Christmas, no matter who they are, where they come from, and what they have.
Sophie is a New Brunswick high school student who started the Giving Tree. It's a digital program where people can sponsor a child and donate Christmas gifts. 27 people have signed up so far. Sophie took part in school community engagement program last year. She says she helped collect so many toys. She was inspired to keep going. It's time to put your thinking caps on, because now you can start submitting your suggestions for the city's snowplow naming contest. The city has 12 pieces of heavy equipment in need of names, 6 graders and 6 loaders. Entries are being accepted until December the 5th. On the 8th, the city will publish the top 30 entries for each category, and the public can cast votes for their favorites. The winners will be invited to City Hall in mid-January to receive a custom nameplate with their winning submission, and the classroom with the best team name will get a pizza party at City Hall. The mayor says they got the idea from other cities where machines have been given names such as Buzz Ice Clear and Snow Be Gone Kenobi. Here's a look at what's happening now on Kenaston Boulevard. Looks like things are moving pretty well over in this part of the city, but look at that sky. It's glowing up. As you can see, it's beautiful out there right now. If you see any problems out on the streets, please let us know.
Global markets are sinking to lows not seen since April. The S&P 500 has now fallen more than 5% since its peak in October. Bitcoin is also down 35% over the same period. The sharp sell-off comes as investors brace for the Fed's next rate decision in December. Another rate cut is no longer expected. Gap reported stronger than expected sales in the third quarter, with comparable sales rising and surpassing estimates. It appears the celebrity-fueled marketing and revamped inventory are doing the job to lure in customers. Comparable sales were up 5%, with net sales up 3% year over year. Those are your morning business headlines for BNN Bloomberg. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail, who's live at the Fairmont. It's beautifully displayed right now if you want to take some really beautiful pictures with Santa Claus. Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning, Rochelle. I'm at the Santa Suite, and what would the Santa Suite be without Santa Claus? So coming up later on in the show, he will be joining me. And this is all in support of the Dream Factory. Now, children going through life-threatening illnesses are granted their wishes and their dreams all year long, and they can even go back to the Dream Factory during that process, and they have such a phenomenal facility. This Santa Suite, though, last year earned $75,000 for the organization in order to make these dreams happen and support the families along their journey as well. The holiday season can be difficult for so many people, so bringing a little bit of Christmas cheer and a conversation with Santa Claus can help those families during such a challenging time. Coming up at 7:27, we're chatting with the designer of this fantastic space and learning a little bit about the vision. Back to you.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you, Ainsley. Let's go out to the rooftop now, where it's beautiful behind you as well, Terry.
I know. I've got my new festive displays out and ready for the season now, too, which is good because my mums were looking a little bit sad. We were past that point of trying to have live flowers up here. Too many cool nights, although today has been the coolest night, dropped down to -8. That being said, we're still above seasonal. -12 would be a normal low temperature. The sky, I'm seeing just a few clouds out here this morning and a little bit of color off to the east where the sun will be rising. That'll be happening at 7:50 this morning. In the meantime, though, it's still on the darker side right now. Southwest winds 4 kilometers per hour. The pressure rising. The humidity is sitting at 97%, but it won't be dark for long. I mean, we're going to get that day glow. Already starting to see some of the pretty colors off to the east, but beautiful sunny conditions are expected. Not just here in the south, even northern Manitoba, where the clouds have been lingering for the past couple of days with some snow. Even northern Manitoba will begin to see those clouds breaking up a little bit this afternoon. So mainly sunny here in the south, mix of sun and cloud up north. Overnight, some clouds move back in again. We might have some brief passing precipitation clearing out for the weekend, though, and back to the sunshine again with even warmer temperatures on tap this weekend. Make the most of it, because after this, everything is going to start to cool down. It's going to cloud over for next week. Snow will be moving in, and those temperatures will be falling off to seasonal or even colder then. So make sure that you're making the most of 6 degrees for Saturday, Sunday.
Weather is brought to you by ABC Fire and Safety, your CO2 refill store.
Thanks, Harry. It's time now for our question of the day. Today is World Television Day. Please check in this morning and let us know what your favorite television show was when you were growing up. You can text your answer along with your name to 10400. Make sure to follow the automated instructions so we can feature your response. At Your Morning Winnipeg, we're all about celebrating your amazing pets, furry, feathered, or scaly. Your Pet of the Week submissions have been amazing. We want to see more, whether it's dogs, cats, birds, or any other pet pals. Send them our way. Drop your pet photos and a fun little story about them to petoftheweek@ctv.ca, and then catch us every Thursday to find out if your pet is our Pet of the Week on Your Morning Winnipeg. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back after this.
We all know just how cold Manitoba winters can be. Imagine not having a winter coat, boots, a toque, or mitts, and stepping out into the cold. That's the reality for many kids. But you can change that. Give the gift of warmth. Donate to Coats for Kids.
Good morning. Tensions were high Thursday night at City Hall. Charleswood residents shared passionate pleas asking for a large housing development to be stopped.
I'm a new mom, and we're the fourth generation living on this property, and I just feel like very desperate because I feel like we're kind of up against a wall with this development.
The Assiniboia Community Committee is considering a 6-story, 132-unit housing development on Roblin Boulevard. It would be a 55-plus building owned by neighboring Charleswood United Church. Flooding, privacy, and increased traffic were among the key concerns raised by residents. Developers say their plan would improve the flooding situation for the entire area, and the existing tree canopy creates privacy for homeowners. Councillor Evan Duncan, a lifelong Charleswood resident, says he understands concerns about how this will change the neighborhood.
At the same time, we're also facing a very real and pressing challenge in Charleswood, a lack of appropriate housing for older adults. Time and time again, I hear from long-time residents who frankly either want to stay in the community or come back to the community that they built.
The committee voted in favor of the application and now moves to City Council. Drug alerts have now been issued for Saskatchewan's 2 biggest cities after a spike in overdoses.
We're sitting, as of the 18th, about 182 overdoses for the month.
An overdose alert has been issued in Saskatoon after it recorded 104 overdoses and 2 deaths in just a week. An alert has also been issued for Regina. The Saskatchewan Ministry of Health says many patients needed multiple doses of naloxone and that the antidote didn't always work. Saskatoon's fire department says this is an unprecedented year, with the department responding to about 1,000 more suspected overdoses than it did in all of 2024. Portage Avenue appears to be missing some of its typical Christmas cheer, but it's not because City Hall is feeling grinchy. Santa Claus and Jack Frost are ringing in the holidays at Portage and Main, but the stars, angels, and snowflakes that typically hang from Portage Avenue light poles aren't up this year. The city says the poles are at the end of their life and are in the process of being replaced. In the meantime, temporary light poles are being installed, but they can't accommodate the displays. Here's a look at what's happening now on the St. James Bridge. It looks like things are slowly picking up over here, but overall quite well. No issues to tell you about at this point in the drive.
Traffic is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. Open late, ready when you are.
There's nothing strange about adorable kittens.
I'm not a cat person, but they are so cute.
Wow, they're so small. Oh my God.
The cast of Stranger Things sat down with BuzzFeed for an interview, and of course they were in good company. The main cast played with the kittens while answering questions on their final season. The first 4 episodes of season 5 begin streaming next Wednesday. The Upside Down comes to an end on New Year's Eve.
You go through kind of a weird...
Stand-up comedy is a profession for some, but for Will Arnett, it's a hobby.
I think I'm getting a divorce. What tipped me off was that I'm living in an apartment on my own, and my wife and kids don't live there. That was probably the biggest clue.
This is the trailer for the film Is This Thing On? It's a new movie from Bradley Cooper starring Arnett and Laura Dern. Arnett's character Alex explores the New York City comedy scene following his impending divorce. It hits theaters next month. Your primetime lineup features Happy's Place at 7. At 7:30, it's Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Hell's Kitchen comes your way at 8, followed by Boston Blue at 9. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
The CTV Primetime lineup is brought to you by Strictly Amish, exclusively in Arborg, Manitoba.
All right, we're looking now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. And you can see the glow happening outside now, starting to look just a little bit brighter. Sun still a good half hour till it's rising. It's 7:50 this morning, but it's still starting to look a little bit better out there right now, and certainly very, very clear, and we'll enjoy all of that sunshine through the day today. Temperature-wise, it is a little bit cooler than it's been, but still above seasonal. -12 would be a normal low temperature. -11 is the case out in Brandon right now. That's the coldest temperature we're seeing. Most of us aren't in the double digits yet, but still, like I said, a little bit cooler than what we've been experiencing so far, and we're certainly going to get a big cool down on the other side of the weekend. Up into northern Manitoba, the only double digits that we're seeing are in the Lynn Lake area at -11, otherwise minus single digits right up into the north, but a few extra clouds and maybe a few scattered flurries this morning, but clearing through the day. Already quite clear here across southern Manitoba, and we'll enjoy plenty of sunshine all throughout the day today. -6 as kids get settled into the classroom, -2 still by lunchtime, and 1 degree by the time they're headed home. So we're not going to be well above the freezing mark, but a degree we'll take it, because actually -4 is a normal daytime high. We'll get even well above the freezing mark for the next couple of days. 6 degrees, plenty of sunshine all throughout the weekend, but we're getting back to those seasonal temperatures middle of next week, with some heavier clouds on Monday and some scattered snow that'll be moving in. And our weather picture today, taken out at Assiniboine Park of the gorgeous sunset yesterday morning. Thanks to Darren for the photo. Keep them coming, please, to Winnipeg weather at ctv.ca.
Thank you, Terry. Winnipeg police are searching for a missing 22-year-old woman. Emily Holrath was last seen on Tuesday, October 7th, in the area of Kennedy Street and York Avenue. She's described as 5'2", thin, with shoulder-length blonde hair with pink highlights, blue eyes, and 3 small facial tattoos, 1 over her left eyebrow, 1 beneath it, and 1 through her right eyebrow. Police say they're concerned for her well-being and are asking anyone with information to contact the missing persons unit. The court case of a man accused of 22 fires and break-ins around the city has been pushed back until next Tuesday. Martin Glazer, the lawyer for the accused, was in court Thursday and says he's requested evidence files from police. He says once he has that information, he and his client can make a decision on how to proceed. Police announced Wednesday 35-year-old Jesse Wheatland is charged with several offenses relating to a citywide string of arsons and vandalism. None of the charges have been proven in court. The federal government is set to cut tens of thousands of public service jobs, but one department is hiring. The Department of National Defense is looking to add up to 3,000 positions by next March. Right now, the goal is to transition people from other departments. Any federal public servant working in Canada or abroad can apply. The department has already received thousands of applications. Breathe easy. An object found by NASA's asteroid alert system won't be hitting our planet. After some studying, astronomers say the object is a comet. This comet took a bit of an unexpected path to our solar system, leading to some speculation it may be aliens. Scientists have ruled that out. They say the comet's unusual trajectory is due to gas and dust coming off. Lightning will strike with the Manitoba Theatre for Young People's newest production, and we want you to be there. The Lightning Thief is a musical adaptation of the popular novel. It follows Percy Jackson as he discovers he's the son of a Greek god and goes on a quest to find Zeus's missing lightning bolt. The Lightning Thief runs December 5th to the 28th at MTYP, and we have a family pack of 4 tickets to give away. To enter, fill out the form on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, with the keyword adventure. Good luck. It's time now for this week's Adorable Adoptables. We begin with Onyx, a 4-year-old cat with a sweet disposition and a heart as big as his curiosity. Adopting Onyx means giving him a forever home where his sweet, shy, and curious spirit can truly flourish. Here's handsome, statuesque Bruno, almost 5 years old and ready for his forever family. With a little patience, you'll get to know he's sweet, playful, he really loves to walk, and wants to work on his leash manners with you. And meet Luca, our 2-year-old black beauty. Despite dealing with allergies that sometimes makes them a little uncomfortable, his friendly and outgoing personality shines through. Luca is always greeting people with a wagging tail and a smile. Doesn't he sound perfect? Well, if you think you can offer any of these animals a good home, just head down to the Winnipeg Humane Society or give them a call. The number is there on your screen. Ainsley McPhail is live at the Fairmont Hotel, and it's all for a good cause. Stay with us. The decor at the Fairmont Hotel right now is absolutely gorgeous. Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning, Rochelle, especially if you head into the Santa Suite. And what a privilege it is to be here this morning. Emma Singh joins me now, and she's the curator behind it all. Emma, tell us about your vision, because it's really breathtaking, especially for the families who are going to take a picture with Santa.
For sure. Well, every year we try to come up with a unique theme, and this year we're known for the holidays, the Woodland Edition. We really wanted to play up kind of the colors of the year and some of the things that we thought families would really enjoy. Every year we try to outdo ourselves. We have the privilege of working with, obviously, the Fairmont Winnipeg and the Dream Factory on this project every year, but some of the best creatives and talents in the event industry come together to help bring this project to life each year here at the Fairmont.
And I look at one tree and I'm going, oh my goodness, look at all the detail. So how much time does it take and how many hands?
For sure. So we've been here for the last probably 3 days setting up, lots of volunteers and a lot of partners. We have over 15 partners who've helped us bring all the decor to life, not only in the Santa Suite, but in the village. And we're hoping that Manitobans, Winnipeggers will come down to the Fairmont Winnipeg over the holiday season and come and enjoy this, because it's been a passion project for all of us to be a part of this.
And you mentioned the Dream Factory, of course, is the Dream Factory Santa Suite, helping so many families who are going through a really hard time right now. Why does this call to you?
For sure. Well, you know, we've been working with the Dream Factory for about 18 years now. The work that they do is so important in our province, bringing comfort and joy to families when they need it the most. You know, having 3 kids myself, I know how important it is to have that support. And the Dream Factory creates experiences. Santa Suite is one of them for families, but they do such important work in our city, and it's important that we all support it any way we can. And if booking a Santa photo does that, I think it's important that we all get involved. And I think that's why so many of our vendors and partners that are involved in the project never say no. When we pick up the phone and we start planning this, everybody right away is, how can we help? What are we doing? What's the theme? It is a really fun project every year to be involved with.
Thank you so much, Emma. It's absolutely stunning here. And if you still want to donate as well, if you come to the Fairmont, donations will be matched up to $10,000. Stay with us throughout the morning.
Yeah, looking so festive where she's at, and yet it hasn't been feeling so festive necessarily, or at all what you would expect as we're moving into a festive season. And that's because we've been so incredibly spoiled with these temperatures. Today, a little bit cooler though. -8 is where we're sitting. That sky is looking stunning though, as we're still waking up to very clear conditions and very light winds out of the west-southwest. No, just the southwest. 4 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising and the humidity is sitting at 97%. That sky beautiful with the very clear conditions, or for the most part clear, and it will eventually be clearing out across much of northern Manitoba as well. You've been dealing with clouds for the past couple of days. Today, a return to the sunshine. We're sticking around with these sunny conditions all throughout the day today, and temperatures that'll rise above seasonal to 1 degree. We'll take it. It's not going to be as mild the last few days. We've been a few degrees above the freezing mark, but anything above the freezing mark, anything above -4, in fact, is above normal. Yes, -4 a normal daytime high, and then a normal low temperature, -12. But tonight we're only dropping barely below the freezing mark, and that will set us up for an even more beautiful weekend. So -1, there's that possibility of some precipitation. Sunshine expected as we're looking through the weekend. Here's a look at how things will be playing out throughout next week. So the weekend itself, 6 degrees. That's for Saturday and Sunday. Next week is when the change-up comes. Heavier clouds will be moving in. Temperatures starting to drop off. You can see Tuesday we're expecting maybe a bit of a rain-snow mix. And then following that, those temperatures are going to continue to slide back to seasonal.
Thanks, Terry. It's the time of year for holiday gatherings and celebrations, and Operation Red Nose wants to help you get home safely this holiday season. The free designated driver program is not only available in Winnipeg, but also in communities like Flin Flon, Gimli, Portage-la-Prairie, Saint-Malo, La Braquerie, Steinbach, and The Pas. But it needs help to make it happen. Joining us now is Ron Jansen from Safety Services Manitoba and Tara Seal from Manitoba Public Insurance. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, Operation Red Nose is quite well known here in Manitoba. Tell us about what started it all and, you know, the history that it's had in this community.
Yeah, so in Manitoba it began about 30 years ago, and the connection was between local communities and Operation Red Nose National, which is based in Quebec. And it began with the sponsorship in Winnipeg of the Manta Swim Club. They played the central organizing host for Winnipeg, and MPI was there right at the beginning as a corporate sponsor for the event. And because we work closely with MPI in road safety in Manitoba, they partnered with Safety Services to provide a provincial coordinator. And that was kind of a unique approach in Manitoba, having a grounding corporate sponsor and having a provincial coordinator, and we've carried on with that partnership for the 30 years.
And more and more people are using the service. Tell us a little bit about how Operation Red Nose works exactly.
So from the very start, what happens is that the organizing committee will seek volunteers in a local area, and people are encouraged to volunteer by connecting with the coordinator and the local organization. We use volunteers for the actual rides. There are teams of 3.
Okay.
And you have a driver, a navigator, and an escort driver. The teams of 3 will go out into the community and respond to the request for rides from the public, and they will actually use the individual's car and drive them home. The driver and the navigator will take their car, and the group or the individuals will sit in their own car, be driven home, and the escort driver will follow them. Once they reach the destination, then the escort driver picks up the 2 other team members, and they wait for the next call.
So it works really well, and it probably saves lives, Tara.
And that's why Manitoba Public Insurance is so involved in this, is that, you know, so far this year we've seen 59 fatalities on Manitoba roadways. So while we're talking light and bright and into the holiday season and goodwill, we have to keep in mind that this is also a time when people are out on the road in often dangerous road conditions with ice and snow. And when you add impaired driving into the mix, it's just a recipe for tragedy. So Operation Red Nose is a really great way to go out and have fun and enjoy the holiday season, but get home safely. And that's what's important, is we want everyone home with their families enjoying the holiday season, and Operation Red Nose is a really great option.
It's also really great because you tell people to plan ahead and, you know, find a ride beforehand. But if someone messes up and they don't have a plan, Operation Red Nose could be that plan for them.
And it gets their vehicle home. That's the concern of a lot of people. Oh, I don't want to leave my car in the parking lot overnight, or that kind of thing. Operation Red Nose is a great option for that. But again, to make Operation Red Nose work, we need those volunteers.
Okay, so if someone wants to help out, what should they do?
So you contact Operation Red Nose Manitoba or Winnipeg. You can do that by going to the Safety Services Manitoba website or directly to the Operation Red Nose Winnipeg website. And it begins by putting in your volunteer application form. There is a background check, and once your background has been cleared, which is done through the Winnipeg Police or outside of the city through the RCMP. Then you're contacted by the local coordinating committee, and you'll be asked what sort of role you'd like to play, and they'll set you up and they'll give you an orientation, and you're ready. And Tara, we're almost out of time. If somebody needs a ride, what do they do? How do they call?
Ron's probably better to speak to that than me. He's running the program, but yes, no, for sure.
What is the number?
Yeah, so there's a phone number, 204-947-NOSE.
Put you on the spot. Well, if you want more information, we have a link on our website as well. Thank you to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We have some road closures to remind you about this morning. Swindon Way in both directions is completely closed today for tree maintenance. Lanes will be open for morning and afternoon rush hours, and Waterloo Street from Cordon to Kingsway is also closed for tree maintenance in both directions. Again, lanes will be open for morning and afternoon rush hours. If you have any other traffic tips, text them to us, please. And let's look now at your gas prices. The Canadian average is $1.36. The provincial average is $1.29. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.27. And the lowest price in Winnipeg is $1.17. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your car today.
Outside right now, we're sitting at -8, but the wind chill feels like -10. We've got more news, weather, and traffic after this break.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
It's -8 outside this morning with a gorgeous looking start to your day. It feels like -10, but the winds are light. They're out of the southwest, 4 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising and the humidity is sitting at 97%. And the sun starting to rise now. No, 10 minutes time still. 7:50 is official sunrise, but it's looking so beautiful out there. And the conditions you can see fairly clear, not necessarily at the moment through central or northern Manitoba, but as the day goes on, you'll see increasing amounts of sunshine, even across northern Manitoba, where you've been dealing with some extra clouds. So just be a little bit patient, and that sun will make an appearance. And your temperatures are still expected to be above seasonal. Minus double digits would be pretty typical for daytime highs, and instead mid to high minus single digits. There might still be a little bit of that scattered precipitation in some places, but other folks will perhaps see those clouds breaking up and letting more of that sunshine through. Temperatures here in the northwest, -7 would be a seasonal daytime high, so you will do a little bit better than that, though not cracking the freezing mark. However, all of southern and central Manitoba is expecting to be up into the plus digits once again. Now, it isn't going to be a stretch of days yet. Pretty much the weekend, and then it all comes to an end. So after the weekend, just prepare yourself for much cooler weather. Up until the weekend, though, beautiful conditions. The sunshine will stick around here in the south. Further to the east of us, you might not crack the freezing mark, but still, it's going to be looking gorgeous and clear. I mentioned the temperatures on the rise still for the weekend itself, but then after that, a big cool down is coming. It's also going to come with some heavier clouds and maybe some scattered precipitation, and then you'll see the mercury sliding back to seasonal or getting even colder yet further next week.
Let's go now to the Fairmont Hotel, where Ainsley McPhail is live in the Santa Suite, and it's really for a great cause. It's for kids. Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle. Those Dream Factory kids, before they get a picture with Santa Claus, they have an opportunity to hang out in another element of the suite. Andrew Kusi joins us now to tell us all about what they're doing here in this space.
Yeah, so we're here in Santa's Village here at the Fairmont Winnipeg as part of our Santa Suite promotion. So here in Santa's Village, this is where kids and families are going to hang out before they go up to the Santa Suite for their photo with Santa. We've got all kinds of activities in here. Cookie decorating, there's games, activities, crafts. Most importantly, kids are going to write their letters to Santa that they're going to take up to him in the suite. This is just a place to come in, have a bunch of fun before the photos with Santa, and really, again, just get into the holiday spirit while supporting kids in the province that are battling life-threatening illnesses and their families.
And what's the response from the kids when they're coming to the space?
Yeah, it's one of the best parts of the experience. Kids show up, everyone's, you know, dressed for their photos in a great in a great vibe. Everyone comes in, they're so excited to go see Santa, and you can feel all of that holiday energy.
And what does it mean for the parents? Because of course you've mentioned these children are really battling through illnesses right now. What does it mean for them to see the kids' reactions in turn?
That is what all of our work at the Dream Factory is about, is really just creating a moment that feels like a bit of a break or a pause, where there can be lots of fun, we can have a few moments of joy, we can laugh and have fun, and just a little bit of a distraction from how tough the reality of a child's and family situation might be. And that's what we're doing here at the Santa Suite.
And people at home can help as well. What's the best way?
Visit our website, thedreamfactory.ca. Again, all donations made in support of the Santa Suite are going to be matched up to $10,000 by our friends, the Glaze family, an incredibly generous gift. And just a huge thank you to all of our partners, our sponsors, the Fairmont, and of course, Emma Singh and her team as well for making all of this happen.
Andrew, thank you so much. There's one more thing that I wanted to show, because you can choose your gnome name. So I would be Sparkle Leaf Snickerdoodle. Who knew? And another magical person that we're going to be meeting in our next segment. 2 names. Santa Claus. That's right.
Can't wait. Okay, thank you, Ainsley. Now to a royal return. Princess Kate recently gave her first public speech since announcing her cancer diagnosis last year, turning attention to a cause important to her. ABC's James Longman has more.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for being here today.
The Princess of Wales' first speech since her cancer diagnosis on the topic perhaps closest to her heart.
My passion and the work of the Centre for Early Childhood stems from one essential truth: that the love we feel in our earliest years fundamentally shapes who we become and how we thrive as adults.
Early childhood quickly became Kate's focus when she entered the public eye. And for this summit, she gathered CEOs from around the world, appealing to them to make work more family-friendly.
As business leaders, you'll face the daily challenge of finding the balance between profitability and having a positive impact. But the two are not and should not be incompatible.
Arguing that making those crucial early years better is, in fact, good business.
At the Centre for Early Childhood, we believe that we must do all we can to create the conditions for love to flourish. That is how we invest in our future.
She doesn't make very many speeches. It's not something that historically has come naturally to her, but I think that showed how important this issue is to her, that she made her first speech in 2 years and that she really wanted to be heard on this subject because it's something that's so important to her.
And Kate also urged more focus on what she called time and tenderness rather than only productivity and success. Perhaps a lesson for us all. James Longman, ABC News in London.
See you celebrating a milestone today. Happy 21st birthday, Jeremiah. With love. Okay, let's start that all over. Happy birthday to Jeremiah with love from Dad. Happy 20th birthday, Callie. Love from Mom, Scotty and Peppermint. Happy birthday, Irene. Lots of love coming from your family and friends. Happy 23rd birthday, Paris. Love Mom, Dad, Sydney, Nanny, Ella, Spencer, and Finn. Happy 81st birthday, Clifford. Love Ruth, Lori, Wayne, Scott, and the kids. Nice fish. Happy 8th birthday, Quinn. Love Nam, Papa, and all your family. Happy birthday, Sheila, with love from your husband, Craig. Happy birthday, Zavia, with love from your whole family. Happy 14th birthday, Mavi. Love Mom, Dad, Nini, and Chloe. Happy 6th birthday, Lance. We're so proud of the person you are. Love Grampy and Grammy. And a very happy 100th birthday to Tom, a.k.a. Gigi, a.k.a. Dad. Love always, your family. To submit your milestone, visit our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form at least 2 days in advance. It'll also enter you into our monthly contest for a chance to win a $100 gift certificate to Party Stuff.
Milestones is brought to you by Party Stuff. 3 Winnipeg locations and at partystuff.ca. Weather is brought to you by Canadian Footwear, helping you find the perfect fit.
All right, 1 degree is where we're headed today, which is still an above seasonal day. Normals for this time of year would be -4 for those high temperatures. Last year, we didn't quite get to the freezing mark, but we got certainly very close, as -0.7. But in 2009, 13.4 degrees, that would have been a nice big warm up. We will get a warm up for the weekend itself, just nothing quite as shocking as 13.4 degrees. But it is looking good out here this morning, even though the temperatures today are a little bit cooler than they've been. As I mentioned, though, they're still above what you would expect this time of year. -8 at the moment, -12 is a normal low temperature, and the winds are very light out of the southwest, 4 kilometers per hour. The pressure rising, and the humidity is sitting at 97%. The sky is clear, the sun is up. We're going to enjoy it throughout the day today, and even parts of northern Manitoba will finally see those clouds clearing out a little bit. It'll stay quite clear all through the weekend here in southern Manitoba, but the exception will actually be tonight. We'll have some clouds building up. There might be some brief passing precipitation, but that'll be out of the way again for the weekend when the sunshine warms us up to 6 degrees both Saturday and Sunday. So a big warm up for the weekend. Enjoy that while it lasts. That might be the end of the really mild weather, because for next week, clouds move in, snow comes along with them, and we're going to watch those temperatures falling back to what is normal for this time of year. So the weekend itself will be spectacular and mild, and then next week looking and feeling a little more like winter. We are looking ahead to 2026 to talk about the Manitoba Winter Games. I'm joined today by the co-chairs of the event, Christy Andres, Todd Harwood. Good morning and welcome.
Morning. Thank you.
How excited are we to be hosting the event up in Thompson, which is where the two of you are joining us from this morning? I'm sure the whole city is getting pretty excited about this.
Yeah, we are starting to get the vibe going in Thompson around the Winter Games. The signage is up, and we're starting to see some volunteers register. So we are getting excited.
Love that. I mean, I think a lot of us know what the Winter Games are about, but if anybody is watching and maybe not be familiar, give us a quick overview.
Largest multi-sport event in the province. We're talking about probably 1,500 athletes, 800 to 1,000 volunteers that we're looking to recruit, 15 different events. I believe it's 12 different sports, and basically youth categories, kind of 12 to 17-year-olds. So yeah, pretty big.
It's going to draw a lot of people to the city itself. Let's talk a little bit about the impact that the games will have.
I think the community is going to be busy. Our venues are prepared to handle the athletes that are coming up, so we are ready for the community to welcome the people for the games.
What do some of those preparations look like? Because, I mean, obviously that's a big event to be putting on. So what do you have to do in advance of the games?
Obviously, the big piece is volunteer recruitment, which we're heavily into right now. But in terms of venues, doing some final preparations out at our cross-country ski trails, which is probably our biggest piece of work right now. But yeah, some upgrades to facilities at curling rinks and our gymnasiums around town, the hockey arenas, the ringette facilities, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's lots of work happening right now.
What are some of the favorite events for the two of you to check out?
I think my family would be hockey for sure.
Hey, the one I got to experience for the first time or see, and I got to try it too, actually, was speed skating. Which is, yeah, really cool. So I think there's going to be some buzz about speed skating. The other one that I think will have some buzz is for futsal. And for those who don't know what futsal is, I didn't either until about a year ago. Indoor soccer, essentially, play with a little bit of a different ball. And it's a little bit of a quicker pace version of soccer. But I think those are the two that I think will have the most probably buzz.
Very cool. Yeah, it does sound like a lot of fun. Okay, now the two of you mentioned needing volunteers for this event. Let's talk about first quickly the dates and then how people can volunteer if they're available through that time.
Sure. So the dates are March 1st to the 7th. They come in 2 phases. So March 1st to the 4th is phase 1 and the 4th to the 7th is phase 2. People can get involved by Googling Manitoba Games, but you can also go to www.mbgames.ca, and then you can follow the links for Thompson 2026, and it'll take you right to the program that we register called GEMS Pro.
Nice. And did you say 1,000 volunteers is what you're looking for?
Yeah, 800 to 1,000 is kind of the goal. and obviously like all sorts of different skill sets. You don't have to be necessarily a sport person. Obviously we need some volunteers for the sports, but things like food services and transportation, access control, accreditation. Like there are a wide varieties of areas where we're going to need people. So lots of different ways you can get involved.
Excellent. And then be able to like take in some of the events while they're, you know, perhaps working the scene or just in some of the spare time that they'll have around it. Well, thank you to the two of you for joining us this morning, telling us about the event. And yes, if there's people out there looking to volunteer, it's just a matter of checking out, finding them online. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
This report is brought to you by Sport Manitoba, growing sport, wellness, and community.
Come on in. Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. Jermaine Franklin with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we're heading to Sunrise, Florida. Devils taking on the Panthers. First period, Sam Reinhart skates down the wing, blows by the defender, and snipes one past Jake Allen. Fantastic goal from the Panthers superstar. Takes the puck and puts it through the D-man triangle, and then he gets the go shelf on Allen. That highlight reel goal is your must-see moment from Thursday. Friday on TSN, you can see PWHL action when the Scepters take on the Frost. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
The TSN must-see moment is brought to you by Super Blinds, helping your home get holiday ready with Blinds by Hunter Douglas.
It's Friday, November 21st. Grocery strain. A new report shows Manitobans feeling the pinch as food costs rise and shopping habits shift. Plus trade win. The Prime Minister secures a $70 billion investment deal with the UAE as global pressures mount. And jumpsuit fever. The BC shop turning out hundreds of Elvis suits a year, keeping the king style alive. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. It's 8 o'clock on your Friday. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday, Terry. We are here at the end of the week, and we have a lot in the next hour for you, including Hero and You. It's the campaign that will continue for the Canadian Blood Services. We're encouraging people to make appointments and donate at this time of year.
I'm going today.
You are going today. I went last week, and it's such a great, easy thing to do. We're going to find out a little bit more about one of the stories where blood really impacted and changed their lives. And then at 8:45, the 2026 Stars on Ice is back in May. We're going to be joined by Elvis Stoico a little later, but the weather is just phenomenal out there. It's a little cooler this morning than what I was used to yesterday.
You're right about that. Yeah. Certainly. You step outside and you're like, ooh, there's a bit of a chill, but it's only because we've been so very spoiled with the weather up until now. And even now, first of all, look at that. How gorgeous of a morning we're starting out with. Even though it feels a little bit cooler, we're still technically above seasonal because minus 12, that would be a normal low temperature. Our coolest temperature this morning has been minus 8, so we're doing okay. The breeze is very light. It's out of the southwest, 4 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising, and the humidity is sitting at 97%. And the sky looks stunning, honestly. We couldn't ask for a more aesthetically pleasing start to the day. Clear conditions all across southern Manitoba. A few extra clouds through central and northern Manitoba. Even there, clouds might be breaking up a little bit later on today, and you'll see a little bit more sunshine as the day goes on. There's a look at this afternoon, and you can see it does clear out somewhat. Now, it'll be clear today here across southern Manitoba, but tonight things start to cloud over, and more than clouds, we could get clipped with just a little bit of passing precipitation. You can see for northern Manitoba, it shows up as flurries, more mixed here in the south because it's still going to be incredibly mild overnight, and it will be brief. That was like in the middle of the night, and by morning time, we're back to clear conditions. Not throughout northern Manitoba, though. You'll likely deal with those clouds and the bit of scattered precipitation lasting throughout Saturday, maybe starting to clear out a little more Sunday. Here's the thing. These temperatures, they're going to be I was going to say skyrocketing. Maybe not quite. I love to be dramatic about things. Anyway, it will be well above seasonal. 1 degree today, 6 degrees for the next couple of days with plenty of sunshine through the weekend. And then it will be cooling down. We've got some heavier clouds, some mixed precipitation, and some much cooler temperatures. Back to seasonal, but further into the week, we could even slip below normal. Here's a look at Claire's coloring, drawing, artwork, whatever you want to call it. It's fabulous, Claire, and thank you so much for sharing it with us. We'd love to see what you're working on, so draw, color, or paint and send that picture to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
The Weather Art of the Day is brought to you by 103.1 Virgin Radio.
A man is recovering after police say he was hit over the head with a hatchet at random. It happened along Ellis Avenue shortly after noon Monday. The 26-year-old man passed another man walking in the opposite direction before hearing footsteps behind him. Police say when he turned around, the other man hit him with a hatchet. He was able to make it to safety and eventually to a hospital where he was treated for serious injuries. A 20-year-old man was arrested the following day and is charged with aggravated assault and failure to comply. Anxiety over food inflation is high in Manitoba. A new report from Dalhousie University says Canadians are worrying about costs and most are changing their shopping habits. This comes as the Premier promises a study on ways to lower grocery bills.
I have to really be careful. I look for specials and things on deals, and I shop around. I move from store to store.
Chuck Jones says he feels the pinch every time he pays for groceries, and many Manitobans agree. Shoppers say affordability is always on their minds. A new report from Dalhousie University shows food costs remain a major concern, with most Canadians changing how they shop, cook, and eat. Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba show the highest levels of financial strain. The report lands the same week Premier Rob Canoe announced a review of grocery costs. His throne speech promised a study to identify ways to help people save.
The average Canadian could save up to $300 a year. And right now, it matters a lot.
Sylvain Charleswood, the Agri-Food Analytics Lab Director at Dalhousie University, says there are things provinces can do to lower prices, like cutting the sales tax from everything we eat, and based on calculations at his lab, eliminating interprovincial trade barriers on food would also go a long way. Prime Minister Mark Carney has wrapped up his trip to the United Arab Emirates with some major trade deals to boast about.
We agreed yesterday, the President and I agreed to launch a free trade agreement process known as a CEPA, so it's broader than free trade. It would include digital and other aspects of trade.
Carney told members of the Canada-UAE Business Council in Abu Dhabi that Canadians are experiencing a, quote, historic transformation in the face of the U.S. tariffs and a wide range of global security issues. Before leaving the Emirates for the G20 in South Africa, Carney's office announced a $70 billion investment deal with the UAE, with funds flowing into energy, AI logistics, mining, and other strategic industries. This was a rare sight in the waters south of Vancouver Island. An orca superpod showed up last week. Think of this as a family reunion. A superpod happens when the entire southern resident killer whale population gathers in one place. That's 74 whales hanging out in one spot. The whales stayed around for 2 days between Victoria and Seattle. Here's what's happening now on McPhillip Street. Looks like things are still quite light to start off this Friday morning. No issues to tell you about at this point in the drive. If you see any problems out there, please let us know.
Traffic is brought to you by Curtis Carpets, Manitoba's flooring experts.
Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail, who's live at the Fairmont. Santa Claus is back in town.
How cool is it to be sitting next to a famous person, Rochelle, and someone who came here so quickly? Santa Claus, I'm in your suite right now. Tell us about the experience of coming to take a picture with you.
Well, you enter into this amazing suite here at the Fairmont, and they get to come over. They'll get to talk with Santa, and we'll discuss if you're what you want for Christmas, and if you've been good or if you've been, well, everybody's good, and you get to come visit. We'll take some beautiful pictures, and we'll have some good laughs. We like telling stories, singing songs. And then everybody gets to leave with a candy cane, because everybody loves candy canes, and they get to go home with a picture.
I love it. And it's all in support of Dream Factory. Why was it so important for you, Santa, to take part?
Well, Dream Factory does some amazing stuff for kids in need, and that's what Santa's about, is helping children and making sure everybody gets to have a happy and Merry Christmas, and that's what I'm here for.
What's the reaction from kids from your standpoint? Because there might be some that, you know, when they see Santa, they get a little weary, and then others probably want to sit right on your lap right away.
I have kids that come in and run in and give me a big hug and a kiss, and some that want to hide behind a tree or not talk to me at all. And either way, it's fine. We're here to try and make them happy and make sure that they leave with a smile either way. So.
Especially for, you know, the parents with the children who are going through these difficult illnesses, what does it mean for them to be able to give this experience from your standpoint?
You know, what I can see is anytime their child has a chance to smile and be happy and get excited, that makes that parent happy, and it just takes a little bit of that stress away. So it helps make the Christmas a little bit merrier for everyone.
When it comes to, because you said everybody's on the nice list, and I don't know if I believe you, because can I give you a name and then you look up the person?
Well, you know, I don't have the memorized.
Ken Gable.
I'll have to check that. We'll talk to the elves.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Darn it. Okay. We're in the Santa Suite at the Fairmont right now. Coming up at 8:38, we're going to be looking at some of the food offerings here. Stay with us. It's a really great cause.
Thank you, Ainsley. A BC company is taking care of business for fans who can't help falling in love with Elvis, stitching together costumes fit for a king. CTV's Andrew Johnson puts on his blue suede shoes for a closer look.
Inside a modest Nanaimo, BC home, you'll find one of the world's only major suppliers of a certain sort of swagger.
They're beautiful, you know. I never get tired of working on them.
Stitch by stitch, Eleanor Von Bedeker and her staff recreate the signature look of one of the past century's brightest stars.
I think it's just Elvis is the full package.
I hope this suit don't tear up, baby.
A big part of the Elvis Presley package, his iconic 1970s jumpsuits, complete with cape. Von Bedeker, a costumer by trade, started making them for Elvis tribute artists close to 20 years ago. Now, with 8 employees, she can barely keep up with demand, shipping out 600 jumpsuits a year, each priced between $1,000 and $4,000. And her clients' average age may surprise you.
Teenagers or young adults who are just getting started.
Young performers like Jonathan Hicks, a.k.a. Johnny Elvis, who comes to Eleanor.
It's a little tight across the thighs.
To perfect his look, impersonating the man he has idolized since he was 5.
I try to really study, go on my iPad, or I watch YouTube videos of him in the 70s. It's full time, and I'm very, very blessed to showcase my talent.
Hicks makes a living channeling Elvis full time, which I discovered is harder than it looks.
You do this whole stance, microphone in.
Left hand is mic.
And you can do a shimmy, you know? Faster. Come on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a labor of love for both Johnny and Eleanor, 2 of many, keeping the legend alive close to 50 years after Presley's death.
For my darling, I love you.
Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Nanaimo, BC.
There we go.
And to Mother Nature, we say thank you. Thank you very much. Because look at this morning. Absolutely gorgeous as we look now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. A stunning sky. Decent temperatures. Yes, it feels a little bit cooler than yesterday. You step outside, you're going to be like, oof, there's a chill. Sure, but it's only because we have no idea what is normal for this time of year. We're still above seasonal temperatures as far as everybody goes across the entire province. So -12, that would be a normal low. The closest that we're seeing is a couple of places coming in the minus double digits, but a beautiful start to the day with light winds and plenty of sunshine. Northern Manitoba has a few extra clouds hanging around, but even there the temperatures are well above what you would expect. Mid to high teens, minus teens would be normal low temperatures. And instead, we've got Lynn Lake just barely into the minus double digits. Most places considerably warmer than that. And in fact, milder than even daytime highs would be across northern Manitoba, and certainly that's the case here in the south as well. Clear for now. Northern Manitoba may start to see a little bit of clearing later on today. It will be somewhat cooler than it's been. We've been so spoiled with the plus-digit temperatures. Today it'll take some time, but we'll eventually crack the freezing mark. -6 as kids get settled into the classroom, still below freezing by lunchtime, and then that 1 degree for later on this afternoon. But sunshine and light winds expected today. Could cloud over with some brief passing precipitation overnight, but clearing out nicely for the weekend. Gorgeous temperatures, 6 degrees Saturday and Sunday, and then a slide with the temps as the heavier clouds move in and possibly bring another round of precipitation for next week. We're taking a break right now, but stick around. We'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Global markets are sinking to lows not seen since April. The S&P 500 has now fallen more than 5% since its peak in October. Bitcoin is also down 35% over the same period. The sharp sell-off comes as investors brace for the Fed's next rate decision in December. Another rate cut is no longer expected. Gap reported stronger than expected sales in the third quarter, with comparable sales rising and surpassing estimates. It appears the celebrity-fueled marketing and revamped inventory are doing the job to lure in customers. Comparable sales were up 5%, with net sales up 3% year over year. Those are your morning business headlines for BNN Bloomberg. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Other than being born, there's no more intimate moment in a person's life than the moment in which it ends. And thanks to blood donors, Olivia Michalchuk, mother, was able to be there for both. The 31-year-old and her longtime partner, Royal Canoe bassist Brendan Berg, were involved in a catastrophic head-on crash on Canada Day. And while the injuries they sustained ultimately claimed their lives, thanks to massive blood transfusions, Olivia made it to the hospital where her family was waiting before she took her last breath. As we wrap up the third week in our Hero in You campaign, we share Olivia's story to highlight the impact blood donations have, not only in life, but also at the moment life ends.
Two, both hands.
Fierce, smart, and straightforward. That's how friends and family of Olivia Michalchuk describe the 31-year-old.
She was warm and inviting, but very feisty, and always could be brutally honest at times, but only because she had your best interest at heart. And she was always on your team, always.
Keep it record our song.
Brendan Berg, on the other hand, was known for being calm, curious, and steady.
They were very different people and somehow built this really beautiful relationship together, and that was a delight to see that happen. But I think they kind of filled in each other's gaps in just the right way.
While polar opposites in many ways, there was one thing they shared. A love of music. Brendan, the bassist of popular indie pop band Royal Canoe. Olivia, a Ukrainian folk singer with Step Collective.
Olivia was great at being a fan, per se, in the crowd, and she liked to watch the music. He was having the time of his life on stage, performing.
Music may have been the basis of their bond, but in the years that followed, the pair learned they also shared a desire to help others and were gripped by wanderlust. So when they headed out on the open road this summer, looking to do some camping and celebrate Canada Day, what followed was unthinkable.
3 people are now dead following a collision involving 2 vehicles near Swan River on Canada Day.
Brendan and Olivia's vehicle was hit head-on, leaving both with catastrophic injuries. Olivia, who had extensive internal bleeding, was given donor blood as she was rushed from the crash site in western Manitoba to Winnipeg's Health Sciences Centre, where her family was waiting.
We got to say our final goodbyes and just be in her presence and be able to just kind of get some closure with the situation we were in. It was definitely a hard situation to deal with. And I mean, without the donations, we wouldn't have had that moment with her.
Blood donors extended Olivia's life so her family could be with her in her final moments. A gift which has profoundly helped as they grieve the loss of her life and Brendan's. And a gift they're now committed to giving others.
That's okay for you? No. Awesome, thank you.
In the few months since their deaths, family, friends, and bandmates have helped bring in more than 430 donations.
Feels like it's some way to inject some sort of meaning into this really senseless and weird and awful situation.
It feels important and meaningful to be able to do something to provide someone who could find themselves in that situation, you know, the grace that it provided Olivia and her family.
Oh, Gaga, let's go down, won't you come on down?
Just as music brought Olivia and Brendan together, the legacy of their love and lives will continue to bring others together, whether it's in their time of need through blood donation or through the music they made.
Don't let me cry. Hold me up, look in my eyes. Don't let it die.
Each one of us has about 5 liters of blood in our bodies. When we donate blood, a little less than half a liter is taken. Olivia received enough blood transfusions to replace her blood volume twice over, which is why every donation is so important. This month, we are asking you to be a hero as part of our Hero in You campaign and book an appointment to donate blood. You can do that online at blood.ca or on the Give Blood app. You can also call 1-888 to donate to make an appointment over the phone. And when you do donate blood, make sure to take a photo in front of the Hero in You sign at Canadian Blood Services and share it with us. Terry, you're giving blood today?
Yes, I know you were a hero last week. I'm going down there today. And honestly, not only do you feel so good about it, you get all sorts of snacks.
Yeah.
And you get to skip your workout today. Because you shouldn't be working out when you're donating the blood, right? You can get back to your routine as early as the next day. Like, honestly, it doesn't mix you up for long.
It's so easy to do.
But yeah, exactly. And you feel so good about it, and you're helping so many people as we've been hearing through these stories. So certainly worth penciling into your calendar. And I mean, go anytime. You can go a few times through the year, but absolutely, if you're going this month, then make sure that you're tagging us in those photos and letting us share in that celebration. All right, out here this morning, we're celebrating a gorgeous day ahead with plenty of sunshine, blue sky, and above seasonal temperatures. You step outside and you're like, it's chilly though, Terry. It is. It's cooler than it's been, but -12 is a normal low temperature, and our coolest that we've ever gotten is where we're sitting right now at -8, so we're still above seasonal. North winds, they're very light, just 3 kilometers per hour. The pressure rising, the humidity sitting at 95%, and the blue sky and the sunshine is going to last all day long, and in fact all weekend long, though not entirely, because actually tonight some heavier clouds will move in, and we might even see some passing precipitation. Not that we're going to see it, I'll be fast asleep. It'll be moving through about midnight, 2 a.m. in those early morning hours, but gone by morning, back to the sunshine again, and the temperatures climbing even higher this coming weekend. Mid-single digits, well above normal. Enjoy it while it lasts, because next week everything's going to change. We'll have clouds moving in. We've got snow coming with it and a return to seasonal temperatures, but then toward the end of the week, it's going to be getting even colder yet, and we're going to be talking about below normal temperatures, probably for the first time this season. Our weather picture, though, absolutely stunning. We've had some gorgeous sunrises the last couple of days. Yesterday, no exception. Taken in Assiniboine Park, thanks to Darren for the photo. And keep them coming, please, to Winnipeg weather at CTV.ca. We're taking a break right now, but we'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Weather is brought to you by Garage Masters, your complete garage specialists.
We all know just how cold Manitoba winters can be. Imagine not having a winter coat, boots, a toque, or mitts, and stepping out into the cold. That's the reality for many kids. But you can change that. Give the gift of warmth. Donate to Coats for Kids.
Wondering what should be on your Christmas wish list? We're bringing in beauty and lifestyle expert Natalie Sexton to tell us all the goods. Good morning, Natalie. Welcome back.
Good morning. Great to see you.
Always great to see you, especially this time of year, because whether we're making a list for others or maybe to figure out how we want to treat ourselves, you've always got some great ideas. So what's on the top of your list this year?
Well, I thought let's share a little self-care and beauty finds. And like you said, this could also be all one for you, one for me kind of gifts. I'm going to start with Nature's Sunshine Canada. You'll find them at naturesunshine.ca. And here's a duo that I like to use, especially through the holidays. Their digestive enzymes are fantastic. I use them daily for the best results. It's going to help with bloating. It's going to help with digestion, especially with all those maybe extra treats and heavier meals that we may be indulging a little bit in. And then I love their plant-based protein powder. It's a vanilla flavor. I use it every day in smoothies, yogurt bowls, but also you could try it in your holiday baking.
Ooh.
Soy-free, dairy-free, and vegan, and you're getting 18 grams of protein per serving.
Amazing. Imagine your holiday cookies with an extra dose of protein, then you can really feel good about it. A little extra indulgence this time of year. All right, What else are you sharing with us this morning?
Well, here's a couple of great ones from Braun. So I'm going to start off with the Braun Silk Expert Pro 5 IPL at-home hair removal device. This gift just feels like a really special one to give somebody for that very special person on your list, right? So I love that it has no settings to fuss with. This is awesome. It makes it stress-free. It has a Skin Pro sensor that detects your skin tone and auto-adjusts to the right power for you. So really easy to use. It's got a really sleek carrying and storing case with it as well. I think it's fantastic because it also gives you long-lasting results. You can permanently reduce hair growth for up to 2 years. You'll find that at Shoppers Drug Mart, beauty boutiques, and online. And then I also have the Braun Series 9 Pro Plus shaver. For him, this is like an at-home barbershop quality shave every single time, like a really indulgent self-care gift that I think he'll love. You can sit it right on its little smart center, charges it, cleans it, lubricates it, and smart programs it. You'll find this one easily at Amazon and at all major retailers.
Very nice. And of course, that's for the hair that we want to get rid of, but you've also got something maybe for the hair that we want to keep.
Right. We want all good hair days, right? From the holidays and beyond. I love this gift for yourself, like a one for me, a one for you. This is the Revlon One-Step Root Booster Round Brush and Dryer Styler. Okay, Terry, it's a tongue twister, but it's well worth it. You're going to find it on rollback right now at Walmart for under $63. It's got a ceramic barrel, so that's going to really help protect the hair. It's going to promote shine, lots of body and fullness. It's super duper easy to use. 3 heat settings, and the thing I love about it is the cool setting, because I use it the next day and maybe the day after that as well. And it's just going to help to give you that lift, or maybe you want to change the side of your part, which I often go middle side, but it's going to give you that nice, really fresh, beautiful, full hair that makes you look like you're getting a salon blowout at home. And then, I mean, you're saving a bundle on that too.
I love that. And honestly, Natalie, I've said this before, you've always got the most enviable hair. So anything that you're recommending as far as your styling tips goes, I'm making notes and putting that top of my list for sure. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We always appreciate your insight.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
It's -8, feels like -9. Yeah, the winds so light, they're almost non-existent. Out of the north, they're just 3 kilometers per hour. The pressure rising and the humidity is sitting at 95%. That sky is looking stunning. We'll enjoy sunshine throughout the day today. All throughout the southern part of the province, you can see just how clear it is. But a bit of a different story through central and northern Manitoba. However, even there, those clouds will begin to clear later on today, and you might enjoy a few breaks or a mix of sun and cloud as the day goes on. 1 degree, that's where we're headed today. So I know the last few days we've actually ended up a few degrees above the freezing mark, and more so our overnight lows have been a little bit milder the past couple of days, falling just barely below the freezing mark, or we've even started a couple of days in the plus digits. So today seems cooler, but this is actually still well above normal. -4, that would be a normal daytime high, and then -12, a seasonal low temperature. And this coming night, we're only likely to slip just barely below freezing, but we will see a few extra clouds moving through. There's even the possibility of some passing precipitation. It'll be brief, but because it's going to be so very mild, might be a bit of a rain-snow mix, and then clearing out for tomorrow. 6 degrees expected, not just tomorrow, Sunday as well. So the weekend, incredibly mild and beautiful. And enjoy that, because everything is going to change. We've been wondering where winter is. It's coming for us. For the start of next week, we've got the clouds moving in, that precipitation probably Monday night, continuing through Tuesday. Following that, anything that falls could be sticking around, because these temperatures will be cooling down back to seasonal, and then even cooler toward the end of the week.
The province is moving to expand the definition of intimate images as it aims to crack down on revenge porn and sextortion.
We have proposed legislation that will expand the Non-Consensual Distribution of Images Act to define intimate images to include nearly nude images and images where the person in them is not identifiable.
Justice Minister Matt Wiebe says the proposed legislation would also make it illegal to take or share nude or nearly nude images of a deceased person. Threatening to distribute intimate images would also be made a crime. In addition, it would give courts the power to compel defendants and internet service providers to remove intimate images and prevent their distribution.
It really just enhances the privacy and the safety of Manitobans because, as the minister alluded to, once an image is out there, that's really too late. Containment can be incredibly difficult, and so this is giving Manitobans greater control over their intimate images.
Thursday's announcement comes about a year after the province expanded the definition of intimate images to include those generated by artificial intelligence. Portage Avenue appears to be missing some of its typical Christmas cheer, but it's not because City Hall is feeling grinchy. Santa Claus and Jack Frost are ringing in the holidays at Portage and Main, but the stars, angels, and snowflakes that typically hang from Portage Avenue light poles aren't up this year. The city says the poles are at the end of their life and are in the process of being replaced. In the meantime, temporary light poles are being installed, but they can't accommodate those displays. It's just under exactly 5 weeks until Christmas and the time of year when tree sellers typically see a boom in business. But the trade war with the U.S. is putting a damper on their holiday cheer. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth finds out why.
For Christmas tree growers, this is always the busiest time of the year. Freshly cut trees are sold and shipped in time for December 25th. However, there are warning signs the industry could have a tough December.
The business is going to take a huge hit.
Colin Hughes ships more than 150,000 trees across Canada and around the world. His usual exports to the U.S. are down roughly 50% this year.
Down the eastern seaboard especially, there's I would say a nervousness.
According to Hughes, the trade war between Canada and the U.S. has pushed customers away from purchasing his trees.
General census that I was getting, in fact, some of them said, like, we can buy $300,000 worth of trees from you, which is great, but if a tariff comes on to them the last minute, it costs us an extra $50,000 in tariff, that's our profit.
The Christmas tree industry represents big business in Nova Scotia, generating more than $50 million in revenue while supporting thousands of jobs. University professor Dan Shaw says American customers are likely managing risk during a time of economic uncertainty.
People act not necessarily always on data, but on perception, and having instability of those relationships impacts people's purchasing decisions.
Colin Hughes says a drop in Christmas tree sales to the U.S. will impact his bottom line, but there is possibly some good news. If fewer trees are sold in the U.S., more trees could be available for sale here in Canada.
Orders are down this year, so there should be a surplus of trees locally.
Hughes hopes tree prices in Canada will stay the same as last year, with a greater variety for shoppers to choose from, which could help boost his business. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, New Ross, Nova Scotia.
Here's a look now at traffic along Portage Avenue at Pula Park. It looks like a smooth drive over here. If you have any traffic tips or any problems out on the streets, please let us know. Here's a look now at your gas prices. The Canadian average is $1.36. The provincial average is $1.29. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.27, and the lowest price in Winnipeg is $1.17. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
Time now for our question of the day. Today is World Television Day, so we wanted you to let us know what your favorite television show was when you were growing up. And SJH says, my favorite kids show growing up was The Friendly Giant. Yes, I'm that old, he says. Jackie has a lot of favorites, including The Bugs Bunny and Tweety Show, Mighty Mouse, Flintstones, and many others. Susan P. fondly remembers our very own Archie and Uncle Bob. Auntie Nina loved the Flintstones, Beverly Hillbillies, Fantasy Island, I Dream of Jeannie, and Love Boat. And Lindsay S. says the Odyssey, about a boy who falls into a coma and enters a new world, was cool. Thanks so much for your responses. Let's go now to Ainsley McPhail, who's live at the Fairmont Hotel, hanging out in the Santa Suite this morning. A great place to take it all in and get some photos with the big guy himself. Good morning.
Good morning, Rochelle. Yes, it kicks off today, and what a fantastic opportunity for those parents. A partnership with Fairmont and the Dream Factory, of course. Ksenia and Nitin joined me. Tell us about some of the other delights that you can enjoy when you come here. So first things first, Ksenia, this is adorable. Tell us about the cocktail.
So the Jolly Gnome is our pop-up bar that we will open every Wednesday to Saturday till the Christmas day. We paired amazing dishes with our signature drinks, and let me introduce to you my favorite one, Bury the Humbug. We shake silver tequila with a pomegranate juice, agave syrup, and a splash of lime. And it's very crisp, colorful, and it will turn any humbug into the festive cheer.
I believe you. I believe you. This is probably my favorite because it involves ice cream. You got a lot of sauces, though. Nitin, please explain.
Well, this is one of my favorites also. This is an ice cream sandwich, right? One of our favorites, and we call it as the Jolly Dipper. I mean, this is beautifully made. Our homemade spicy ginger cookies and ice cream comes with 3 different sauces and dippings. Our classic white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and also our signature toffee sauce. It's pretty simple. You dip and enjoy. I mean, it's fun, it's festive, and why should only kids have all the fun, right? It's for everyone. Try this time, come to our Jolly Gnome and enjoy this amazing dessert.
I feel like we're going backwards because we started with dessert and drink, but now we're going to talk about brunch. There's a reason you guys are wearing these sweaters in particular.
Definitely, we will be hosting our Ugly Sweater brunch. Yes, Chef?
Yes, absolutely. And I think we are wearing these sweaters to promote this Ugly Sweater brunch, which is coming on the 26th of December. We'll be having amazing atmosphere, great food and beverage offerings, and lots of holiday energy. Come join us, wear your best or the worst ugly sweater. You might even win some amazing prizes.
Thank you so much. And you guys got to support the Dream Factory as well. When you donate, those will be matched.
All right, sounds like a good deal. Okay, thank you, Ainsley. Let's go out to the rooftop now. It's feeling pretty nice this morning.
Oh, it's beautiful. Honestly, as soon as the sun comes out, it doesn't even matter how cold the temperatures are. Like, I'm one of those people that even at -30, if it's sunny, I'm like, no, it's a good day. Well, it's certainly a good day by those standards because not only is the sunshine looking so good and beautiful, we're well above a -30 right now. In fact, we're still above seasonal. -8 is where we're sitting, and yes, it might be one of the cooler days that we've had so far this season, but just know we're about to experience the wrath of winter. No. Again, I'm just being so dramatic. It's going to get a little bit colder on the other side of the weekend, so make the most of the next few days. -8 right now, comes with a breeze, but barely. North winds, just 3 clicks. Pressure rising, the humidity sitting at 95%. Beautiful, sunny, clear all throughout the weekend, at least dayside. Tonight we might have some clouds and maybe some passing precipitation, but it'll clear out again tomorrow with the mercury on the rise. We might only get to 1 degree today, but 6 for Saturday and Sunday. That wrath of winter that I'm talking about will be a return to seasonal temperatures. -4, shocking. It won't be, but it will come with some clouds and maybe even a little bit of precipitation. We could be seeing some flurries next week, and then yes, back to normal temperatures, and maybe even by the end of the week we could be talking below seasonal. Taking a break right now. We'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Weather is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. Open late, ready when you are.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
While the trade war with the U.S. has left a lot of Canadian businesses reeling, one is actually bucking the trend in a big way. Sakoshi has already made a big impact across Canada. Now, as CTV's Judy Trin shows us, they're making a push to go global.
They waited hours to see K-pop star, former GOT7 band member Mark Twan, now a soloist, up close.
I'm a fan of GOT7 and I flew from Edmonton this morning.
They are fans of the music and the moves.
I've cut choreography. They're all very synchronized.
A cultural moment created at Sukoshi, a Canadian retailer headquartered in Toronto. K-pop fans have become loyal customers. 70% of the beauty products on the store's shelves are from South Korea.
I was definitely more interested in it when K-pop started like booming as well, right? Like BTS or Blackpink, they started getting really popular. So everyone was like, oh, these people are so beautiful.
Sukoshi has 16 stores across Canada, but the CEO has bigger ambitions.
One of the things as Canadians is we're very humble in what we do. And for me, I just want to show that, Asian beauty has a global presence, and there's so much runway in the U.S. for this.
You heard her. Sukoshi is opening on the Upper East Side.
In September, undaunted by a trade war, Sukoshi opened a store in New York. Next year, it has plans to expand to 40 stores. Almost all the new locations will be in the U.S. Even with tariffs, the company says it's been able to keep prices stable.
Strengthening our margins, working with our brand partners, figuring out ways that we can sort of grow the industry and make it a win in all situations.
Sukoshi is already the biggest purveyor of K-beauty in North America. The company wants to be the Canadian equivalent of Sephora, based here, but with a global footprint. Judy Trin, CTV News, Toronto.
The 2026 Winter Olympics are just around the corner, and many top Canadian figure skaters are getting ready to represent our country at the Games. After the Games are over, figure skating fans will get a chance to watch Canada's best upcoming and past Olympic figure skating athletes on ice right here at home. The 2026 Stars on Ice Tour is making its way here to Winnipeg in early May. Joining us now is two-time Olympic silver medalist and three-time world champion figure skater Elvis Stojko. Good morning, Elvis.
Good morning. I apologize for my location right now. I'm actually at the vet with our dogs. We have a brand new puppy and we have an older blind dog, so I'm helping my wife, so I had to squeeze into the car to get a shot to talk to you guys.
That's okay. We're glad to see you this morning. The 2026 Winter Olympics run from February 6th to February 22nd. In 2026, as a two-time Olympic silver medalist, describe what Canada's Olympic figure skating team is up to in terms of training right now. What's their day like?
Yeah, this is ramp up time. Even though we're getting close to Christmas and it's coming up around the corner, it's the ramp up time, because as soon as Christmas is finished, the last month and a bit before they peak at the right moment. It's really important for them to get that right balance. You're watching everything you're eating, every move you make on the ice, the training for it, making sure there's no little aggravated small injuries that could become bigger, any aches and pains. All these little things are just, it's all fine tuning now right up to the Games.
And once the Olympic flame is out, Manitobans will get a chance to see some of those athletes, past, present, and future, perform right here in our province. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so what's wonderful, Piper Gillis, Paul Poirier, they have a shot at a medal at Olympics. They're going to be on tour with us, and of course, former world champions with making sure I get the names correctly. Deanna Stiletto-Dudek and Maxime Duchamp. They won Worlds a couple of years ago, which was wonderful. They've got a shot at a medal as well at Olympics. Keegan Messing's coming back to compete. He took a little bit of time off, and he's back competing, so hopefully he'll be on the team as well for Olympics. And there's whoever's going to be making it is going to be coming out, and it's great for the audience. The people that watch and are huge fans of figure skating get to see the best of the best of their Canadian team up close and personal, that they've watched on television, they've watched at Olympics, and they get a chance to see them let loose a little bit and show some of their personality.
Absolutely. Tell us about the show and what people can expect.
Well, Kurt has been planning on having something of, last year was rock and roll. This year, obviously this season coming up will be about tribute to the Olympics. So he's still the masterminding behind it. We still have a few months, but he's usually in contact with me with some ideas and might be bringing some past music pieces that I've used, maybe some a connection to past athletes that have been on the team, and the honoring of the Canadian Olympic team and Olympics in general, and the Olympic spirit. I think that's the main focus of the tour this year.
So exciting. Again, the 2026 Stars on Ice Tour slides into Winnipeg on Wednesday, May 6th at Kendall Life Center. Thank you, Elvis, and good luck with the dogs.
Thank you.
Aw.
Yeah.
A new puppy.
A new puppy
to keep his old blind dog in company.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
He's just like
and of course, the ice show.
Yes, exactly.
I got hung up on the puppies first thing. All right, speaking of, if you got puppies, dogs, you name it, just you perhaps, get outside for a stroll. It is absolutely gorgeous out there. The wind's so light, and while the temperatures might seem a little bit cool, that sun is shining and it's looking so stunning outside. -8 at the moment, pressure is rising, and the humidity is sitting at 95%. That blue sky, that's going to stick around here through southern Manitoba. Central and northern Manitoba might have a bit of a different story, perhaps some heavier clouds, which will then clear throughout the day, but with those clouds you might see a bit of lingering precipitation. Still, the temperatures are going to be mild and above seasonal. That includes all of northern Manitoba, where minus double digits would be seasonal highs in the northeast, and around -7 an average high in places like Flin Flon and the Pas, and instead just a couple to a few degrees below the freezing mark. All of southern Manitoba, we're talking plus digits. We're talking sunshine, light winds, absolutely gorgeous, and as good as it's going to get today, it's going to get even better for the weekend with the mercury on the rise, even more so. We might have some passing precipitation overnight, though. It's next week that the precipitation could fall and stick, because these temperatures will be falling back to seasonal or below. We're taking a break right now, but you stick around. We'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Rooftop arrangements provided by Lacoste Garden Center. Salon services provided by Essentique Spa Salon.
Before we send you off into the weekend, we're going to show you some fun video. We're not letting this video slide. So why don't you slide? Goo Goo Dolls performed some of their songs for the Tiny Desk concert. Their performance included the 1998 track Slide, which you just heard, and they played their iconic track Iris. They just announced their Las Vegas residency at the Venetian starting in May of next year.
Is that their studio? I didn't get where they were.
Yeah, they're just in like a little bookstore of some kind. Yeah,
that's cool.
Small little studio. Well, if you own an electric car and have range anxiety, you might want to move to Norway. The Nordic country is taking EV charging to the next level with the world's first wireless charging road. This 100-meter stretch lets electric vehicles charge as they drive.
That's wild.
Totally. What a great idea.
The future.
Wonderful. And finally, here's a catty take on dating.
If I were a cat, would I date this cat? Yes. This cat seems very emotionally intelligent. No. This cat seems too sleepy.
Meow. This is Max, and he hilariously decides which cat he would date if he were a cat. He shows photos of the kitties and describes what he likes or dislikes about them to warrant a date. Goes to show dating is hard even in the feline world.
I totally felt compatibility with that sleepy cat.
Yes.
I was like, that would be me. Yeah.
That's such a great photos too. That does it for us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.